There is no triangulation in celestial navigation. So it is actually triangulation. There is no triangulation in celestial navigation. So it is actually triangulation.
With celestial navigation using a sextant, we're not triangulating.
So it is actually triangulation to the GP. So you can draw it on your chart, draw a line there, and then you do it for all three, and you get your intersection. So it is actually triangulation. There is no triangulation in celestial navigation.
With celestial navigation using a sextant, we're not triangulating.
So it is actually triangulation.
Are you serious? Are you...
The double-speaking, McBooger-eating, ball-tard bum-sniffer wouldn't know what the sextant or celestial navigation were if they climbed up his arse and started kicking footballs wrapped in concertina wire.
Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this. And totally redeem yourself!
I think the sun is a physical object, and I think it is solid enough.
What the hell did you just say?
I think the sun is a physical object, and I think it is solid enough.
Say what?
Yes, a gas giant bounces radar.
How in the world can a
Gas giant
be
solid enough? So yeah, I don't know.
You dumbass cracker?
So yeah, I was being a hyper. That was a hyperbole.
Hyperbole.
That was a hyperbole.
Hyperbole. Hyperbole.
That was a hyperbole.
You are so dumb. Damn.
And you guessed it, we're off. Like to support this channel? Or PayPal and Patreon links in the info box below. This is the opposite of yesterday. Yesterday morning I woke up, 10 hours of sleep. This morning I got woken up by the damn phone. Couldn't get back to sleep, 4 hours of sleep. So I'm a touch crabby. So act accordingly. Let's check with Discord. I think the beautiful Betty Van Velsen is in there eating friggin' corn top pizza or some nonsense. What do you got, Betty?
Well, it's finished now. So you don't have to worry again.
Worry again?
Yeah, well, you always worry about me eating pizza because there might be tuna on that.
Yeah, but corn on top. That's
That's
tuna's
sprinkled. There's a couple of these grains of corn. I mean, let's sort of make it sweet. We also put it in the spaghetti sometimes.
eat corn and spaghetti.
We don't eat corn off the cob. We just eat the grain like mingled in something.
You just throw the whole corn cob in it. Heck with it.
Yep. We don't use the cob. We just throw that out, but we take the corn.
I'm saying just take the whole cob, right, and throw it in the spaghetti sauce. Heck with it.
No, why? That doesn't fit.
Put the whole corn cob on your pizza. Just heck with it.
No, I put it in your mouth to shut you up.
No, you will not.
I'm acting according to your mood.
Conduct yourself accordingly.
Yeah. So you basically got the average of 6 hours of sleep.
That's a good way to look at it. So the glass is half full. You.
Yeah. Or is it 7 hours? It's 7 hours, right? 14 total. Oh, 10 and 4, right?
10 and 4.
Then 7. 7? Nah, even better.
It's not. It doesn't work like that.
Oh, yes, it does.
No, it does not.
Yeah, you
No.
can sleep extra. Yes!
We haven't talked for a couple days, so.
Yeah, somebody says it's the epitome of the hyperbole.
Epitome, yeah,
Hyperbole.
of the hyperbole. We got Eagle Plane and Anchor. I haven't seen him in a long time, man. How are you doing?
Age. Please say the Coon Age, because I like to hear it.
I wanted to throw anyone that was trailing me off the scent.
Well, with your sleepy ass, I can smell it here.
Oh, that was bad.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So what do we got for today? Let's change the subject real quick.
What we got from a genocide?
We got genocide. Lovely.
No, the thing is that we are having a conversation in the chat before you start. You need to, guys that are in this channel or this panel at the moment, we need to get here earlier before the show starts so that we can sort of go over those topics. I like those. They will never make the show, but I do like it.
Okay. So what are we gonna?
So you did a show yesterday. How long did you go for? I didn't see that.
They're tallying about 3 hours apiece, give or take.
Have you seen the end of it yet?
I think the end is in sight.
Because I made you a new thumbnail to upgrade it a little.
I know. I used it yesterday.
Yeah, I understand, but I thought Stump was with a U and not with an O.
Stump is what a U. Did you have a U on it?
I had a U on it.
That's correct.
But you have Stumped with an O underneath your video.
Yeah, it isn't mine. Stomp.
It sort of threw me. I don't know.
Well, you lucked into it.
I did, huh?
Yeah, you did.
Oh,
You got it. I could have swore when I looked at it, it had a U in it. So.
Yeah, there's a U.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're good on that front.
So we introduce Adam for the day.
Introducing Adam.
Adam.
Good evening.
Oh, brother.
That's the most beautiful introduction. Yes. So he's so cheerful, isn't he? Right, Adam? Cheerful.
I'm very cheerful.
Yep.
Well, is there anybody else? We introduced Adam. He's cheerful. I'm glad to hear it.
You know that Adam was sort of an advocate for sending first the less able people to the front war instead of holding back on your good soldiers.
Didn't say I was. You said. You said all that Ukraine has got left is women and disabled people.
Yeah, and you said,
Right,
well, maybe.
and I said, well,
first.
if I was playing chess, then strategically they should have sent them first, shouldn't they? And saved the good soldiers till now. Would have made more sense. But somehow you seem to think that killing young white men is acceptable, but sending some disabled kid or a woman is horrific.
So if you are sending the women, the mentally disabled first, right? Then you won't have any new people no more.
Huh?
Women.
What?
They have the babies. Women usually have the babies, right? Yep.
Ukraine's very LGBTQ, so it doesn't have to be the women over there.
Well, they change now back to women. I want to change to women, I think, because they don't have to be. They don't want to be drafted, right?
I don't think Ukraine's like on board with that at all. I thought they were pretty fanatical.
Yeah, the ones that are already
obsessed
like
with Bandera and stuff.
Yeah, indeed. Yep.
We've got a tranny midget for a president. We've removed the Orthodox Church
Mm-hmm.
in favour of something that will promote mixed gender marriages or same gender marriages and LGBTQ rights. They've had a part of Russia's real reason for being there, isn't it?
What?
Yeah. Well, he also sort of ruled out a couple of political parties that were opposed to him, so they are now forbidden. And they called that a
Ruled him
democracy.
out in a democratic way.
Yeah. Isn't that sort of like married bachelors? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, that's all that started in like 2014. Well, there was a lot of weird stuff going on in like 2004 as well. So Ukraine's been kind of like simmering for a really long time. And it was dirt poor throughout the entire 90s, so they've actually never really had it good.
Yep. I
What?
think that QE has his own show without us here in Discord.
What you talking about?
That you are talking about us when we are not allowed to hear what you say. I followed the side
Oh,
chat.
I forgot you followed chat. Well, I got the soundboard of what?
Yeah, exactly.
But you can't hear it.
Yeah. What? Apparently that's humor for you. All right.
It's the
What?
best. It's the best I could do right now, man.
Well, why don't you start that whole thing up and you just can sort of nag with your sorry ass, right?
Start what whole thing up?
The whole thing, that thing that you want to continue with.
Oh yeah, that. What was that again? That was who's the smartest kid in special ed? Is that what we're talking about?
Part 3.
Is it part? Yeah, it is part 3. Boy, you
In the endless sequence of part 2054.
it can only go up to part 6 or part 7 because then I forget what the Roman numerals are.
Too freaking funny. It has to do with the X and then the eyes in front of it, I think. Unbelievable. Sounds like you.
That got you
Well,
up. That got you.
yeah. Lucky 7.
Oh.
Unbelievable. Well, it got me off guard because I do truly believe that that's the case. Yeah.
Yeah. So how'd you like them so far? The treatments with we're back with Denise and
Didn't
incoherence.
you do that already? You did do that already, right?
Say again?
That you already had a treatment on these guys before that Mindstomp came along.
Yes. Yep.
Basically, you do a do-over.
Yeah, I'm double dipping.
Yeah. But the scores can really change.
Where'd you get that from? I've heard that before.
It's Bruce Willis in one of the Die Hard movies.
Oh, that's right. Where the scores can really change. Yeah. That's yeah.
Remember that? Yeah. See, I got those too. Those one-liners from movies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. His name's Josh. Josh is the best. Yeah, he is. What was the last gem he said was that Kansas, the western edge of Kansas is sea level.
Yep.
Oh, damn. I don't know what he's going to say next. There's got to be another gem in there somewhere. Do you think it was a fair treatment?
This one or the other one?
This one.
I don't know. We haven't done it yet.
What's this one and what's the other one?
The special ed guys, right? That is this one, and the other one is the Denise guy.
Oh, okay, yeah, Denise
And
guy.
myself.
I meant the other
Yeah.
one. Have you been keeping up to date with the other one?
No, because it was very late, and I do like my sleep, John.
All right, fair enough.
Yep, yep, yep. And I have work to do, right? I need to pay bills and get some food on the table, like pizza with corn on it. Yeah, exactly.
I got the case of dragging ass, man.
Yeah, it's a heavy case. Must be some behind.
Don't let that dragon breathe fire.
Nah, I can't. I don't got the energy.
Oh God.
I did a play on words there if you didn't catch it.
Yeah, we
He
caught
didn't
it.
because he's lazy.
We caught it yesterday. I could be in a coma and catch that one.
Well, the coma's not far off. I have the idea.
Evening, Flatsy. Bye-bye.
I'm good.
Hey, Patsy Klein, can you sing it like a sleeping song, like a baby sleep song? Or
You were
something
supposed to
that-
sing something today anyway, wasn't you?
Yeah, it's kind of not in the right moment. It was supposed to be like I hadn't seen you in so long, but I have seen you. And I was gonna say, where you been for so long. You know.
Go on.
Yeah. I sing that every morning.
In a different tone. Everybody falls back right to sleep in a coma.
That it?
Yeah, it's just meant to be funny. Like I definitely have seen you recently on here, so it's not been that long.
For Kiwi, it's also not happening long because he's like lost to sleep.
All right, looks like we're slowing down. Let me go in here in
So
Discord.
what's with the ice in front of your house? Is that already gone, or is having to strap on your ice skates to get to somewhere?
It is gone now. It got a little warmer. It got up to 36, so that's 4 degrees above freezing. So that happened last night. They still canceled school because some of the roads back here are not all of them, but a percentage of them, small percentage, albeit, are gravel. And the gravel roads, the ice gets in between the cracks of the gravel and stuff, and it has a hard time melting. So they just canceled the whole thing because of it.
Why don't you guys use some salt on the roads so that you can sort of drive?
Yeah, they do, but a lot of people don't like that because it eats up their cars.
You know what also eat up your cars is that you can't drive or that you make like accidents.
That's astonishing.
Yeah.
Well, you couldn't do anything.
Basically, your whole economy just dies when there's some ice outside.
When ice storm, yeah, that's the worst. I mean, snow you can deal with, but when it's freezing rain and you get thick freezing rain, it's you can't do anything about it. You could throw down some cinder, right, so you can get a grip, but to do that, that's a ton, especially when we live in, we got a wide spread, not like consolidated housing areas and stuff. So you're talking about a lot of square miles of laying down cinder for that, and they just don't have those supplies. So let's get a picture of that since everyone.
Back to the Middle Ages.
What?
Back to the Middle Ages.
That's where we're at. Let's see if we can get a picture. I did
What?
send. I
What?
did. What? Huh?
What?
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 Hold on. Let me get a couple pictures here. I think I sent you a couple pictures of that, didn't I? If I do this, I might dox myself, though.
Yes.
Ah, the heck with it.
Well, as long as if it's slippery, then they can't get to your house.
Yeah, this was what I was talking about last night, folks, when I said my wife, she took off to take the garbage out, and the garbage is on the other side of the driveway back behind the house, right? So as you can see, this is all ice. So what she did,
Must
she
have
got
gone over land because that's the only way that you can get there.
That's correct, but you have to negotiate this and these rocks right here. You got to be real careful to get out onto the grass.
Why don't you have some like salt to put on there so that you could at least get to your driveway?
I was sleeping.
Oh my God! And you let your wife do the heavy duty work.
I didn't let her do anything. She did it all on her own. I told her, I told her, do not go outside.
Yeah.
Right? So she got out to the step. You see the bottom step right here? She got out to here and she almost slipped off the step.
Mm-hmm.
So
she couldn't get back up again.
she crawled back up the steps. And then she got wise, right? Because she needed to take the garbage out. So she negotiated this part right here, this little wide. Usually she goes out here and goes that way. But as you can see, my driveway is down on a grade. And she wouldn't even made it out here. But if you did, you'd all of a sudden start accelerating that direction.
Why didn't you just put that garbage can out there and it would like drift over to the curb?
What garbage can?
Whatever. You have a garbage can, right?
Yeah, it's on the other side of the house.
Well, that's dumb.
No, it's not. It keeps it out of the way. It's way up in here, way back up in here.
Yeah, but you can't get to it when you need to.
Yeah, usually this is just one off, here and there.
Oh, you guys are so stupid.
I ain't stupid. You keep the garbage can away from the house.
You are like numpties, man.
No, you're a numpty. So.
Yes, you're the numpty. Why would you have the garbage cans totally on the other side of your house when this can happen? I don't get that. And by the way, when you want to throw something out, you have to walk all past the house to get to the garbage can.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, she decided to gather.
Exactly. Back at the ranch.
She decided to negotiate this, and she figured that if she could get here, over in the rocks over here, that should be good because it's just hop, skip, and jump. You're right on the grass, and nothing's happening there. You can walk down here, no problem. You get down here, but then you got your next problem. It's the road. It's just like this, but it's flat, so you can just take your time, right? And then come up this side past the mailbox and walk up this side, and you're good. So that's what she did. She walked up this side, then came back down, then moseyed her way down here, then came up the grass, and then got to here, and then crawled back up here.
Wow.
There you go. That's the story.
And nobody else was out there, right?
What do you mean nobody else?
Well, there's nobody else that dares come out their houses.
The kids were out sliding on the road. The kids in the neighborhood, they'll be out. Oh, heck yeah, that's like Christmas right there.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, covered that. Stop screen. Adam, you still there?
Still hanging on. The life's barely at the moment.
Shut up, Adam. Yeah, let me see if
Have you lost the will to live?
I nearly binned the show.
Binned the show. Garbage, huh? Serious garbage.
Okay, there you go. Got that going. Okay, any old business?
Like garbage?
New business.
We got some new business coming up.
We got Superchat.
No kidding. Wow. Superchat, Superfluid, Supermodel. Oh, I screwed that one up. Supermolid.
I was going to say it's mollied.
Supercomputer.
Tony Whitcomb, he said, I eyesore in front of my house.
What-
And all my neighbors say it goes away when I go inside and shut the door.
Yeah, you got to be ready for Tony's, right? You never know. It's good to read it through the end first and then go back to the beginning and then read it out loud. Yeah. Thanks, Tony. Appreciate it, man. Yeah. Yeah. It would be an eyesore, Tony. She doesn't understand that.
Who is she?
You.
What? What?
What?
All right. Let's get this show on the road. Remember, this is Witsit. Shout out to Betty. And Willie, the engineer globetard. And let me throw it on over here so you can see him. These guys, and then who's this guy? Justin. He's the moderator. He's got a small bite of his ear taken off here by Spider Monkey. I don't know if Josh, the Spider Monkey, did this, but it was a Spider Monkey. And I think we ended last week on the star rotation. Willie, the retard booger eater, is mindlessly parroting, sort of like Denise does, the incoherent headlines from 2015 from Reddit that the stars spin in opposite directions.
Oh yeah, we're going to go over the star trails, right?
No, just the stars spinning in opposite directions, which is
Yeah,
what?
the trails too. So,
When I first came on. Go ahead, Adam. Sorry. Good.
I thought they'd invoked a southern point of rotation as well.
yeah,
Or Witsit
exactly.
had in a defensive, not realizing that William's argument was just literally they go the other way in the southern hemisphere.
I like the tone of voice.
When I first came out here in 2016, this argument was rampant. The first, I don't know who was the originator. I have a sneaking suspicion that it was JLB. Remember, you got to have JLB if you want to be with me. That guy,
John
that
LeBon.
knucklehead, right?
John LeBon, right?
Yeah, John LeBon. Yeah, JLB.
Mm-hmm.
I first heard it through him, but maybe I didn't. Maybe the first time I heard it was from Timmy Clown, who was just parroting JLB. That could have been the case. However, when I first... Go ahead.
So it was also Red Rhetoric that also...
I don't think I knew Pretenderic was even a thing back then. It was in the first week that I came out.
Yeah, well, it's a big thing.
Oh, yeah, it was a big thing. When I first heard it, I said, wait a second now. They're spinning in opposite directions. Let me put myself on a globetard and they're spinning in opposite directions. And it hit me that if that were true, then depending on what hemisphere you were in, the sun would rise and set in opposite directions in the north versus southern hemisphere. I said, are these people utterly insane? I thought it was a joke at first, but like I mentioned this before, flat earthers didn't have a comeback to this. I'm telling you they didn't. This was the thing.
Yeah, because if you have two rotation points and one goes clockwise and the other side goes counterclockwise, they claim that that's proof for a ball. That's obvious, right?
No, that's stupid.
Yes. No, it is obvious.
No, it's not. You know why? You know the mistake you're making? Because when I hear directions, I'm all over the objective cardinal directions. Those are actual directions. Counterclockwise and clockwise and left and right, those are subjective directions.
I understand, but if you have 2 points where you have star trails, one in the north and one in the south, because of the compass, right? Because you can sort of point to that, right? Then you put a camera directed on the stars, you have a star trail that goes one way, and you have a star trail that goes the other way, and that makes out that it might be a ball. That I can
It
understand.
wouldn't be a ball even then. Even if you
I
considered them.
understand. I
Even
understand. Don't get cross with me.
don't
It's
get
just
cross
how
with
they
me,
see
mister.
it. Yeah, Mr. Crossbow.
I don't have crossbow. That's for wussies.
Yeah, well, you're scared of it anyways.
What?
But that's the whole point, and I understand that argument. I understand that that could be a problem for many flat earthers to explain. I understand that the stars go one way and not like in different witchy ways,
What?
right? Because stars apparently are not gases, although they are apparently balls of gases. Interesting.
What?
What?
Yeah.
All right.
Continue.
Like I was saying, and then
Just going back.
meanwhile, me.
He's going back to his own vomit again and slobbering.
Hey, that's copyrighted. You
No,
can't
it's not.
You can't use that against me.
You were acquitted of the charges.
Yes, I was acquitted of those charges, and that's not vomit any damn way.
It's your vomit, man.
It's not, and I'm not saying I. That's when I knew that there was rooster in the hen house, and flat earthers were dumber than my cat's litter box. I let it go. I let it go. I talked to Robert about it, for a few minutes, and he moved. He's going to move on. He really doesn't care. He's going to go after the balloons and shit. And
Very important NASA calls, right?
yeah, and the NASA calls exactly. Which okay, I granted. But flat earthers were stumped. I just sat back here. I told my wife, told family members and friends. I'm sitting there. I'm in the vicinity of some kooks.
Kooks or cucks?
Kooks, either or.
I remember that Texas said cucks a lot of times. I don't even know what that means.
A cock, a putz.
A putz, a schmuck.
A schmuck, exactly. You got it.
Too funny.
All right. So where was I at? Oh, I let it go for like, I don't know, a month or two until I got utterly sick of it, and then I just brought Thor's hammer down on the retards.
Thor, huh?
Yeah, it was Thor's hammer. But and we're in 20. That's 8 years ago.
8 years ago.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
8 years ago, and we still got them mindlessly parroting because, like I said, just like with Denise, he just got on a Reddit forum, and Reddit or a reasonable facsimile from 2015, and reading all the Globetart arguments against the Flatters argument, right, and just mindlessly parroting them with no depth, just surface, just a surface level, puke. That's it. Superficial puke. And make a horse's asses out of themselves. That's where we're going to get to with Willie here. He's going to do the same damn thing. All right, wait. All right, we ready?
Yeah, let's turn them loose.
Are you seeing it?
Usually I am. Yeah.
Just to make sure you're
I'm
my
seeing it in Discord.
you're my Discord liaison.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Since when?
What?
About 5 seconds ago.
Like, what? What?
Ask if you get a badge.
Do I have a badge?
All right, this is well off the rails.
If you're not going to get a badge, don't do it, Betty. No badge. No tax. No representation. No taxation. No badge. No Discord rep.
So, there you go.
Just be given a job like that.
I'm free as a bird.
Adam's trying to sabotage.
Sabotage the start of the video.
What?
I'm not honest.
All right. Are you done?
Are you pressing play?
All right.
There's one point I do need to mention, actually. We can't
You call me a
tolerate
Discord
racism.
liaison. and
You
then-
just got rumpus, Adam.
I know.
Fine, Betty
Well,
first.
you call me a Discord liaison, but you totally ignore me.
I didn't
That's
ignore
why
you. Adam was getting ready to speak. He's got like 4 words into it, and you just trounced him.
Yeah, I know. I was like stunned.
All
It's a new role. It's gone to her head. You see, power rough.
The liaison role.
Yeah.
Yes, the power tripping Discord bitch.
All right. The people are getting sick of it. They want to get to the meat. Now, did you want to preface this, Adam?
I just wanted to warn chat about any. We don't need racism in the chat. Yeah?
Is that what's going on?
Yeah, look, no Guns of Navarone. He's not sunburnt. He's just ginger. Okay, so no more of that. We're not having it. Okay?
Oh, jeez. So you were I get it now. Look, I got off the screen and everything for it because I was gonna go in there and start cracking heads.
There's a load of nonsense going off in there, but you don't need to worry about that. But
All right, fair enough.
Evening Guns.
Okay, as usual, I'm going to play this for 5 seconds. Make sure you guys can hear it in here. I'll stop it and then ask if you've heard it, and then I'll fiver backwards, and then we'll start. Got it? Here we go.
Doesn't even work with your model or with any version of gravity that's ever been proposed.
Good.
Got it.
All right, fiver back. Here we go.
It doesn't even work with your model or with any version of gravity that's ever been proposed, right? It doesn't work. But yes, what we saw was that.
What model? His model. Have we seen his model yet? I don't remember seeing it. Witsit assigned him one. Has anyone seen it? Anyone? Bueller?
Yeah, but if he doesn't want to challenge that, that's up to William, isn't it? If he's happy to be strawmanned, I Witsit, fair play Witsit, if you can get away with that. He's not going to challenge him because he didn't know which model it is, because then he'd look intellectually deficient, wouldn't he?
Oh, it's a self-preservation mechanism.
Yeah, so don't challenge it, just accept the model.
All right, fair enough. Here we go.
That there are something called stars and then planets, planae, wandering stars. They move a little different and they move seemingly backwards from our perspective. I explained 2 options. One is that we actually measure the motion, right, in relation to the background stars. So if the planets periodically slow down in relation to the background stars, it would look like they're going backwards. It would cause retrograde. Secondly, it could just be that the planets move in relation to the sun that moves around the Earth, and that would give you retrograde. So now we're going to go to the actual empirical measurements on the Earth that tried to measure the motion of the Earth that is claimed and prove that the Earth is not orbiting the sun, and Michelson-Morley requiring Newtonian mechanics be thrown out, and Einstein saying, turns out everything that happens on the Earth is going to happen like the Earth is in a state of rest. You'll never be able to disprove it's in a state of rest. You'll never be able to measure or detect the Earth moving through space.
I got to do a pause for the cause. So modern day debates doesn't take a copyright strikeout on me. There you go. Anything, Adam?
Well, only because, not really, because there's been so many things thrown in there.
The crock pot.
Yeah, the only thing I would say is we worked the Michelson-Morley experiment into that, didn't we? It was quite nicely done.
Yeah, but he didn't say experiment. He said Michelson-Morley.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Well, either way, it's not so much that, it's the fact that why would that be relevant? I don't know. We've gone from retrograding. I don't know why we went to retrograding. Oh, that was relevant.
It may have been something that was in their initial presentations that they made. Remember, I bypassed those. So just take it with a grain of salt. Here we go.
That is your current position. So if we're going to use Occam's razor, that would mean the Earth is, of course, at rest.
What I've been hearing this a lot recently. Right? I think I heard it today on Nathan's show. with Logan Paul, right? Didn't he say that? Anyone? Am I hearing things?
No. Yeah, they did say that.
What? What?
What?
So Occam's razor, and people just can't get it right. So what they said, I wasn't in the call. I was listening to it, the video, and they said Occam's razor was a theory. That's the first thing I heard, but they miscalculated that it's a theory. What it speaks to is that if you have two competing quote unquote theories, then the one with the least assumptions is usually correct. Doesn't guarantee anything, right? It's not a scientific, principle that you use. It's just Occam's razor. Now, it
I
doesn't.
know why we used it.
Say again?
I know. I mentioned it.
No, you didn't. Logan Paul did.
No, well, last week I did, because it's kind of, we were talking about differences in standards, and Nathan was saying how he hates history.
Okay.
And I say because it's that kind of thing. The hypothesis, the story, when you use history, then you're using an Occam's razor. If there's the less assumptions in the narrative that you have to put in there with the historical facts you've got, the more likely that is, I use air quotes, real history, if you see what I mean. It's the same sort of thing. And this is the point. What the bloody hell has that got to do with anything?
Nothing.
And we're defining scientific things, or we're discussing the nature of reality. Occam's razor is useful in, like I said, in trying to rule out stuff or say, well, that's a lot less likely. So we're dealing at best with probabilities.
Yes, exactly. You got it. Yeah. Yeah, it's utterly meaningless in this genre. It's utterly meaningless in natural science. The actual stuff. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. People think, maybe what they think that if you say Occam's razor, you're like, I don't know, intellectual or something. It's really stupid. We'll continue.
You're going to claim it's an illusion. So you don't like Occam's razor. Occam's razor
I
destroys
do like
the...
Occam's razor. I do love Occam's razor because
now he likes Occam's razor, but now he loves it. What a clown.
mine requires so few lesser assumptions than yours. You are literally trying to say everything on it all looks like it's orbiting the sun, but we're not.
It all looks like it's orbiting the. What's all? What do you mean? What?
What?
We're the inertial ones, but everything else is orbiting the sun. But the sun is orbiting us. That requires an unbelievable amount
of what?
What?
We're now in shit street, aren't we?
I don't know
We're
what.
now going to argue these things, and the defining standard that's going to come out with a winner in this little bit of the debate is what? Occam's razor. Really? That's what's going to help us decide which viewpoint's correct. No, you've got more assumptions than me. No, I've got less assumptions than you. Therefore, I'm right. That's helpful in reality.
This is going to be helpful.
of cognitive dissonance. What's it?
No, address the point. Address that the measurement showed the Earth is
because
not,
the Earth is
the measurement showed the Earth is not moving around the sun. And what your position did, if we're going to apply Occam's razor, if we use highly precise interferometry that should be decisive, quote unquote, from Einstein, over 10 times more sensitive than it needs to be to detect the orbit of the Earth, and it shows the Earth is stationary, Occam's razor would say the Earth is stationary. What did your side do? Throughout all of physics,
Occam's razor wouldn't say anything, number one. And what does Occam's razor have to do with this? Am I missing? Is my lack of sleep catching up with me?
It's now the standard. Instead of like proof, disproof, it's which is the most likely scenario based on who has to invoke the most assumptions. That's what decides reality.
What?
That's pretty stupid. All right, here we go.
Throughout Newtonian mechanics, came up with a brand new idea of 4D space-time geometry that bends and warps. And actually, even though we're curving around the sun, we're not curving, we're going straight. We're going straight in an orbit, and then we're free falling through a geodesic path, and we weren't able to detect it because it's just linear motion, and the interferometry can't detect it. But then in 2004, we actually detected linear motion with the interferometry by weighing, which even disproves that explanation. So there is no way the Earth is orbiting. It's a fact. So your subjective opinion of how you think it's cognitive dissonance or it's convenient doesn't in any way combat the physical empirical measurements. So have you researched any of that?
Morley. Are you ready for Michaels and Morley?
Yeah. Michelson,
right.
Anything here? I'm too lazy to strip this down.
The only thing that caught my ear was Wang. So apparently there's some demonstration in terms of motion and interferometry interference. So I'll look it up. But other than that, no, this is just.
All right.
What we're going to do.
Here we go.
Morley?
Sorry,
hold on. So we're pretty much at the end of our open discussion. In fact, we've gone over a little bit, and I know that William, you really wanted to have like a closing statement. So,
yes.
I will allow. How much time do you think you want there, William, for the closing statement?
A minute or two.
Minute or two.
Am I in the right spot? Maybe I'm not in the right. Hold on, folks.
You are.
You are.
I am?
Yeah, they started doing this on modern day debates where they don't let the actual whatever it is, it's not really a
No,
debate.
you don't know what I'm talking about. Just relax.
Okay.
1:20:31. Hold on. Now,
that this word was
I screwed up, guys. Sorry. This is where it starts. Let's give me a break. I told you. Not very much sleep. All right. Here we go. Recalibrate.
impenetrable, made up jargon, garbage.
No, I didn't. I didn't say it was made up. I said it was impenetrable because you didn't explain it. You didn't explain the point you were trying to make. That's what I said.
Okay.
You misrepresented my point. Another straw man from the flat boy.
So you think big words are just gibberish?
No, it's called impenetrable because you know your audience isn't going to understand it. What's it? Keep up.
No, I actually explained.
Somebody, you want me to stop? Am I hearing things now? Huh?
Check with the Discord guru.
Hey, liaison. We still out there?
Liaison.
Give me my badge.
What you call her, Adam? The Discord girl?
Guru, not girl.
Oh, I thought you, not girl.
I was a super tripping Discord thing, right?
All right, we're good. Here we go.
I literally explained it right after saying
you
that.
Didn't. You stopped explaining that one and started explaining a different subject.
I said that would mean there's two. I would say that means that there's two actual rotations in the electromagnetic field. I literally said those words.
Oh, well, I guess the audience will decide when they'll rewind the paper or rewind the video. Could I share my screen to talk about the thing that's going to disprove the globe?
So it wasn't actually impenetrable garbage. That's interesting.
It wasn't at all. You're so right. So can I share my screen, Justin?
I'm trying to stop sharing. It's like
I want to disprove the globe right now.
Oh, dude, it's saying
he's going to disprove the globe? Is that what he said? Let's pull a fiber.
I did.
I thought that's what he said. Hold on.
My screen, Justin.
I'm trying to stop sharing. It's like
I want to disprove the globe right now.
Oh, dude, it's
what? What? That's kind of a ding, 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 right?
A Freudian slip.
That's so strange. Willie, you can't be doing this to me, man. I don't have enough sleep. All right, let's continue.
It's saying that the Zoom meeting is not meeting. Can you still hear me?
No. I can still hear you.
You're still here. Everything's working good.
I'm not frozen or anything?
No, you are not.
Okay, it's saying that the Zoom meeting is not responding, so it's like telling me to close the program.
It's okay. I can stop it here. If you need to refresh Zoom, that's okay as well.
All right, looks like they have some technical difficulties. I'm going to 5 them, so just relax.
Yeah, I might have to just come back.
I can share for you.
Oh,
okay. That work?
With it before he shares the screen. So while Witsit, we're getting tons of subscribers. Our account roll over to 170,000 subscribers. Fine, my friend. I just got. Are at all interested? If you're Earth, the gauntlet. We are opening the door to just send your email over to James, and we'll.
Just
got the timer kind of throw on here. Timber, your name gets shown on our screen. Hey, is literally coming back in.
There
Hey,
he
what's
is.
it?
He's back.
What up, bro?
We're so nice to have you back. So yeah, the audience is electric. You guys are doing a fantastic job. Everyone's loving this. We have about 10 minutes left before Q&A. So
Okay.
I will let you boys continue.
All right, can I share my screen now?
Well, sure. But real fast, William, you understand that you're just going through all your points and you still didn't acknowledge the one argument I made in the opener, and you're also avoiding all the direct refutations of your arguments.
Oh yeah, I acknowledge that for sure. So back to the globe model. So this is going to disprove the globe as Witsit has already described. So the flat Earth model, you acknowledge Witsit.
Okay, there is no flat Earth model, you numpty dipshit. You don't know what a scientific model is. Number two, and you don't have a model yourself. So just put an end to that horse shit, right? What is going on here? Number two, star movement globe. What's he? Does he have the right hand rule? That's what it looks like to me. What does the right hand rule have to do with star rotation? Por favor. We'll continue. I think that's what.
Rule. He's not sticking his fingers. Look, they're not. He's not got his first and second fingers and his thumb.
Right. He doesn't. Yeah.
That's thumbing for a lip.
That's too deep, Adam. You're going too deep on this. All right. Let's continue. He's a moron.
Can you hear me?
Stars are rotating in different. Sorry,
now we can hear you.
Okay, good. So you said something about those star trails in the corner there, right?
I was pointing out it looks like
yes,
the right hand rule.
Yeah, but I don't want to point at that. I wanted to let you see about the two turning star trails. Let's point to that. That's why that guy thinks it's a globe, right? Because on that other top picture of where it says globe, right, there's a star trail that goes round and round, and then on the side you see that the star trails go over your head, and then underneath you can see the star trails also turning, right? That's it.
Yeah, all
That's
in the same direction. Yes.
Yeah. So, and they say when you have a flat Earth, no, not in the same direction. Unbelievable. And on the flat side, you see that there is in the middle. There's that star trail, but they say that you can't have at the edges a thing that is going to look like that. What it says in the globe in the south, right? That's the point.
Oh,
that's the argument. Yeah, but I think that you sometimes also misunderstand. Maybe on purpose because you don't want to get into this argument.
Maybe no. This argument's stupid, and I'm gonna expose
No, it's
it.
not stupid.
Yeah,
I understand that people have a problem with that if you are a glober.
They have a problem because they don't understand what actual directions mean.
If you have a phenomenon that you see different star trails going in a circle on the two poles, you have a problem when you think flat Earth.
What?
Unbelievable.
Can we continue?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Same direction versus the South Pole versus the North Pole on the north on the globe model. You'd say it's the same direction, right?
What?
Say again.
What?
You said the stars are rotating.
Did somebody just interrupt my presentation with what I miss? Who did that?
I think it was Neil just did a D-Rose, didn't he? The point, I think, in what, just to Right, Betty up is. I don't think we're talking left to right, right to left. Oh, it's just east to west. Reality. I think he's trying to point out that there appears to be a point of rotation when you look south of the equator. You get a similar circular pattern created. There appears to be a point of rotation similar to the pole star, the one the pole star created.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, let's see what he says, though. Or let's hear what he says.
In the same direction when you're in the South Pole versus in the North Pole due to your azimuthal grid of vision. We're seeing that this is going the same direction, right?
I said that they move in the same cardinal direction, but they move clockwise and counterclockwise.
Gotcha. So different.
There's the problem.
Because of
There's the problem. And he just introduced it. There's the problem. He's confused. Whitsitt is confusing him even more because Whitsitt said, yeah, in the cardinal directions, and then he said different directions, counterclockwise and clockwise. That's the screw up.
I understand that, but it's true too.
No, it's Betty.
Yeah.
It's not that it's true. It's an equivocation fallacy with the term direction. This is fallacious at its base.
No. Not necessarily.
Equivocation fallacy with direction.
Not necessarily.
Yeah. It's prima facie.
Yeah, you can't handle this argument.
No, it's stupid.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you can't handle it.
Yeah, I know.
Optics.
Yeah,
Do you disagree that if you
You done?
No.
Go on.
But you will go on anyways.
Good.
No, I mean, if you don't get this, then you can't defend it.
Oh,
And
I get it.
No, you don't, because you can't defend it.
OMG.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make
No,
that
you're not.
nightmare, right?
It's not a nightmare. It's friggin' scary.
Yeah. How so?
I've already said it 3 times. Do you want me to say it again?
If you see different turning points at the North and the South Pole, you have a problem as a flat earther. You need to be able to explain that.
That's not what they're talking about.
Yes, that is what he's talking about. That's what Whitsitt is talking about, if you listen carefully.
Let's go back. He's going to conflate frigging clockwise and counterclockwise with cardinal directions, Betty.
So you're now going to get cross with me, right?
I'm just telling you what he said. You're telling me that
control yourself and your emotions.
You're just telling me what he said, right? And that's not what he said. So let's pull a J.
He is saying that.
Let's pull a J. We'll pull 2 J's. Here we go again.
Same direction when you're in the South Pole versus in the North Pole due to your azimuthal grid of vision. We're seeing that this is going the same direction, right?
I said that they move in the same cardinal direction.
Now we got cardinal directions. They're moving in the same cardinal direction, which is correct. Then guess what?
But they move clockwise and counterclockwise.
Got
Then they
and
move.
he's correct too.
Then they move clockwise and counterclockwise.
Yeah, and he's correct with that too.
I understand what you're saying there. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, he's not fallacious.
I understand. Yeah, but it's going to become fallacious with the engineer.
Yes, I understand that.
Okay.
But don't go wrong if he's saying the right things, but the guy that is on the other end can't receive the fucking thing.
Yeah, that's correct.
Sorry for the F word.
Okay, you're right. Calm down.
Betty! No!
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm getting cross with QE because he gets cross with me. So I'm sorry.
We're talking past each other. I'm anticipating. You're not.
Yeah, but then you shouldn't be doing that. You need to do the argument at the time when it takes place.
It's not there. We haven't got to the argument yet.
The thing is that you don't need to attack some person that tells the truth in this sense.
Oh, brother, relax.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So different directions.
Because of optics. Do you disagree that if you look the opposite way, something's going to look like it's moving the opposite direction?
I absolutely do disagree with that because we have something that exists called the right-hand rule.
See, now it gets to the point.
He has used a thumbs up sign to invoke the right hand rule,
Unbelievable.
which is not the right.
I mean, just not listen to the argument that which is one is going to tell about or say something about. No, just get on with your own argument and not listen. Right? That's learning something, right?
Yeah, he's gonna do it a number. He's gonna train wreck himself. This booger eater. It's unbelievable. Any more, Adam, or you want me to continue?
I need to see where it keeps going. Has it got a point?
No, it's gonna keep going. Yeah, it's gonna become it's gonna be concretized as a booger eating argument.
And Whitsitt likes to not tell his followers that this is a very normal principle in physics, that the right-hand rule gives you an orientation that allows you to not be confused about things like that.
Orientation of Betty's losing it already. Orientation of what there, neckbeard? He doesn't even know, Adam. That's how much of a crayon muncher he is. Here we go.
That when he says something like,
what's he relating it to? Magnetics and electricity?
No,
he should surely be getting Whitsitt excited. But is he just talking about orientation?
He thinks the right-hand rule applies to star rotation.
You can use it in stereoisomers, can't you? You do it when you're doing.
We're not talking about stereoisomers, Adam.
When do you use it when you're looking at the stars?
You don't.
I'm not really.
You don't. That's the booger eating point, Adam. You don't. He's a moron.
Might be my issue with why I'm thinking, what the hell's he on about?
Can anybody explain what the right-hand rule is exactly? Because maybe that's something that I don't know.
Yeah, direction of current and then magnetic field. Yeah, that's why I was wondering whether it's to do with Whitsitt. That's where you use it, or you can use it because you create three axes, don't you?
Yes.
You stick your big finger and then your middle finger at right angles, and then your thumb upwards, and then you've got all three axes. So if you just helps you.
Unbelievable.
Just after we're done, Betty, just look it up. He's not even using it right. Like Adam said, he's got a thumbs up on these. That's why Adam asked, where is his index and middle finger at? If you look it up, then you're going to laugh your butt off.
Okay. Well, I need a butt off.
Yeah, you need that, right?
Yeah.
All right. All right, here we go.
People get confused between a 6 and a 9. That's the same as being confused of which direction the stars are going in the north and south. No, we know it's two different directions, and it's not just a confusion based on your orientation.
So he knows that it's two different directions in the north versus south. So like I said in the beginning, this idiot, imbecile, goober, booger-eating schmuck, it doesn't even realize what he's saying. I'll put it to you guys, and I've said this before. He's saying, more or less, in the north, that the sun, moon, and the stars, save for Polaris, rise in the east and set in the west. And then he's saying that they definitely go in two different directions. So in the south, they have to go in the opposite direction. He said that a number of times. So the sun, moon, and the stars in the south must rise in the west and set in the east. That's what he's saying, but he doesn't realize it. Yeah. It's so far beyond retard. I'm speechless. But he's confident.
I've got to back him up. Okay, so I've searched it under astronomy. It's really spastic. So it's the right-hand rule in astronomy. Right-hand rule is this: point your thumb in the direction of the North Pole.
Okay.
The object rotates or revolves in the direction that your fingers curl.
That's it? What if I stick my other thumb up?
Intro into Astronomy, Lecture 8. Formation of the Solar System. The planets orbit have the following characteristics. They all go around the sun in the same direction. Right-hand rule. The right-hand rule is this. Point your thumb in the direction of the North Pole, and the object rotates or revolves in the direction that your fingers curl. That's wrong. It might work with my left hand. It actually works with my left hand. I'm pointing north now.
It works with my left hand.
It works with my left hand, but it doesn't work. If I do it with my right hand, and
Who decided on
I'm
that
going
freaking-
backwards.
Who decided on that freaking right hand, anyways? I didn't agree on that.
They're prejudiced against left-handed people.
Yeah,
Oh, they are. That is the work of the devil. That's why.
Us normal people, the right-handed people. Yet this is a train wreck of epic proportions. It's below
No,
first.
that's true.
It's below.
Sorry.
It's below first grade level. This has been exposed. Mae West and everyone's over in the corner. It's so stupid. And I'm sorry I have to subject my audience to this. We got a grown adult, neckbeard. It's not only would he. This has nothing to do with science. He would fail simple 40 level logic first grade. That's it.
Maybe send this video to Mindstomp and see if he can ding this guy.
I don't think he would ding him. He'd say that, well, he's not triggered, and he's being honest, and which is the greatest debater of all time, and that would be it. All right, we're going to continue. Sorry, like I said, my apologies to the audience to put you through this, but we got to do it.
Yep, we got to do it.
Yep.
Because you can, when you go in the north and you observe the right-hand rule, you curve your fingers in the direction of the curve of the stars, your thumb will point up. And if you go in the south and you curve your fingers in the direction of the curve, your thumb will be pointing down.
What? Because I say so, right? Because I say so.
Goodness.
Not
Unbelievable.
going in the same direction by observation. Right? What's it? You agree with that, right?
Dude, that's crazy that you thought that that was a good point. So
Can I ask chat, right, for people to try and do that? It just makes. I'm doing it now, so I've turned my hand upside down like he's just done. North's like in front of me, right? If I do that, so I match then it's pointing towards me, my thumb, when I use my right hand.
Yeah, you have to it's pointed at the North Pole, right? Otherwise you are cheating, Adam.
That's what I said. It works with my left hand. If I do it with my left hand, then
Don't point it at your ass because that's no good. That's
if
not
I
polite.
twist, if I turn around, and the rotation's the same, but my thumb's pointing in a different direction.
Betty,
I'm not. This is not scientific.
Betty, I wish I had like a small camera on Adam for the rest of the evening and watch him walk around putting his thumbs out, his left and his right hand, saying, what is going on here?
While looking a cow in the ass. Right? That's...
Would have been doing it looking like I'm having some kind of seizure in my shed. You just try it.
What?
Betty, get a hold of yourself. We still got some more of the video to go.
But Adam is so funny already.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, here you go.
Do you agree or no?
No, of course. So I don't agree. The direction of current.
No, of course I don't agree. Oh, that was a bit confusing. Okay, let me go back because
no. The direction of current.
I wanted to get that whole part in there, Adam. That's why I'm fiving back. Here we go.
He's fiving back.
Do you agree or no?
No, of course. So I don't agree. The direction of current is actually what that's about, which is funny, right? The right hand rule is actually about the direction of currents. You don't want to talk about that, though. Let's not
of stars. You moron.
Talk about that because that actually works perfectly with the
Oh,
flat Earth.
that's not fair.
That's crazy.
What?
No, we all. I was lost. Yeah. I was lost until I had to research it to figure out it made no freaking sense anyway.
Thanks, Adam. We'll see you later this evening.
Crazy. The right hand and left hand rule work perfectly with the flat Earth explanation of a singular motion, a singular direction, actual direction, and then a downward electric current. But what I'm explaining to you is if everything's actually moving in one direction, but then I look the other direction, it will objectively look like it's going the other way. This
Oh, go.
That's
QA,
just-
I've got it. I've got it.
What?
I've got it. I understand now. Now the right-hand rule does make sense. See, the left-hand rule makes sense for a flat earther, yeah, because you're just staying still. But if you do it as a right hand, yeah, for a glober, what's the difference? So left hand, the sky's moving. Right hand, the globe's moving. That's why it works, because they instantly invoke the opposite of what they see, yeah. And when they see the sky moving, that means the ground is rotating, which is why you have to use your right hand. See? And you didn't see me throw all those shapes. I look like a body popping dude from the 80s, mate, throwing that. I was trying to figure it out, but that's it. It's because it's the globe that's rotating. So then when you do curl the hand, if you assume the rotation is of the surface as opposed to the thing that you're observing rotate, then the right hand rule does make sense.
Betty.
What?
Betty, can you call for the guards?
You can say that, but no one would have been any of the wiser without my little bit of research and.
Oh my
1980.
God, Adam! I'm losing brain cells over this.
Here we go.
But you'd have,
Here we go.
Have annoyed you more. You'd have gone to bed tonight twisting your hand round like that, saying, I still don't understand it. But now you can have a good night's kip thanks to me.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you say, Adam.
You're saying
you
that's
telling me
not
you've not
true.
filled your hand?
And then
You've
you
not
brought up the
done it
right
yet.
hand rule and said if
He's gonna talk right through.
Yeah, he did.
We pull another
Just ask him
fiver.
whether Betty's thrown a shape with her hand and tried it yet.
Don't worry. We already heard it once, Adam. You don't have to tell us 3 times. We got it the first time.
I'm waiting for the answer.
There is no answer.
There is no.
Yes. It's yes, isn't it? She's done left and right. Trying to figure it out.
There is
Fair enough.
no answer.
She's not doing it, Adam.
I need to thank me. No need for just a simple bit of gratitude.
you're saying that's not true. And then you brought up the right hand rule and said if I assume the Earth's a globe and I put it, yeah, we all understand why the globe claims they look like they're going the opposite way.
Oh no,
On
pause.
the globe, all the stars are going.
Pause. Problem. So look at his diagram, right? Now I've made it work on a globe. I understand now. But what's happened to the boy at the south? See, guy on the equator, north of the equator. Look, everything's all good. Thumbs up because he stood up. Guy in Tasmania, so we call it. Poor bloke stood on his head in that diagram. Look.
Yep.
He needs to reverse his thumb so
Yes.
that it's pointing the other way.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Doesn't work on a globe.
Yeah.
This has got you fast. This is like giving an evolutionist a piece of colored tape.
Yeah, they can do that for hours.
Yep. This is Adam's colored tape.
Yeah. Live debunk of William's spastic diagrams.
Betty, you're enabling this.
I'm sorry, but it's so cute.
Here we go.
East to west, but we're upside down relative to the northern position, so they look like they're going the opposite way.
Gotcha. So do they move in the opposite direction?
No. The sun, moon, stars, save for Polaris. Every position you are on the earth, rise in the east and set in the west, you crayon crunching, booger eating goober.
In actuality, they all move in the same direction, east to west.
In actuality, but how about in observed?
In actuality, but how about in observed?
How many realities does that guy have, right? Yep.
Unbelievable. I can't believe he
got
said
more
that. Let's hear it again.
the
I didn't know there was
same
an observed
direction,
reality.
east
Yeah.
to west.
So I hit play.
And we hear someone. Okay.
Now I
Who is it?
stopped it. What are you doing it on purpose?
Who?
No,
Me?
I'm driving, Keely. I'm sorry. I just said I never knew there was a observational one. I thought it was just reality.
He's differentiated observational versus reality. Neckbeard. He just did it.
Gotcha. So do they move in the opposite direction?
In
Are
actuality, they all
observed?
move in the same direction, east
Yeah.
to west.
In actuality, but how about in observation?
How about in observed? How about in observation? He's heading up for the boogers.
I'm thinking that maybe in observed observation they don't move from east to west. Is that what he's actually claiming now?
I don't know. You're gonna have to get Edgar Casey or Gene Dixon to come in and divine that shit.
He's just put his gotcha face on, hasn't he, William?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
yeah.
What?
There's a difference in the observed in the
So let's talk
actual
about-
card.
Because what's in actuality can be up to interpretation, right? But
What's in actuality could be interpreted. That's left to interpretation, Adam.
what's in observed is much more objective. So
What's in observed is much more objective. What great googly moogly nonsense is this?
What? You're on fire, bro.
What? Who is that? I know that voice. Who is that?
That's Nathan. Be the change. Good, hey, dude. I just want you to know when that Glober went over his curvature Earth formula the other day on Mindfreak or whatever, dude, and it was like R over RX over. Dude, I was laughing for like 10 minutes straight.
It was
Great.
R over RE over K, and then he added the cosine with S over
The cosine. That was so funny, bro. Unreal. So, all right. Sorry, I had to give I actually wanted to donate to you. Do you have a PayPal or Cash App?
Yeah.
You're just gonna need to send that to Adam Meakin.
Adam Meakin.
QE, is that in the details? Where do I find it, bro?
Betty.
Underneath the video, right?
Oh yeah,
I
it's
can
under.
have- I can also have a chat thing going. I can put
If
it in
someone
the-
can post it in the chat, I'm looking at the chat on YouTube too. Thanks, guys. I'll stop interrupting it. I love the show.
Hey, appreciate it, Nathan. Thank you.
This show needs interrupting, Nathan. This monologue on here needs interruption.
Yeah, this is pretty stupid. I'm afraid to hit play, to be honest with you, for Willie's sake. I mean, there's
Well, hold on. I kind of feel bad for Witsit. I really do.
James asked me to debate this guy, William, and it's just so funny how the Globers, bro, you tell them the Earth's flat, and they want you to explain every known phenomena observed in the sky. You're like, what? Like, how are we so off topic right here in this debate?
Yep.
Nathan, no, because if you can't, then even though you've pointed out the obvious that it's not a ball, it can stay a ball because you can't explain everything.
Yep. Because we have explanations as ball believers, right? And you don't have anything.
Yeah, that's the oldest trick in the book. All right, here we go. You guys ready
I
for
was
this?
intrigued by that. No, I was intrigued by the formula that was mentioned. I did go, oh, what is that? I'd like to see if they put that to me. I go, oh, let's go through it. I'd be interested in that.
It's so we know that Adam hasn't listened to that. He's not keeping up debate on.
I've not heard. No, that's shortly when I went to bed. I think, even though I managed some.
You've done it late, Kiwi, in his defense. Yes.
Okay, so the formula that he gave is R over RE over K. That was the first his first shot across the bow, and then he quit. Go ahead.
Let's look at number one.
Yeah, R.
What does that equal? R over RE over K.
He said.
Where's the equal sign?
Huh?
Where's an equal sign?
There is no equal sign.
What does it equal?
He didn't say.
Not useful necessarily practically, but
it equals cosine over. Blah, 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 blah.
Did he say?
Hold
on, Adam. Hold on, Adam. Adam, relax. Nathan, did he actually say? Because I can't remember. Did he say it equals cosine, or did he just add cosine?
No, he conjured cosine out of thin air and then said some gibberish that nobody could understand. And I was laughing for 10 minutes. If you haven't heard that bit, go back. I think it's part 3. I think it starts at 14 minutes, where the Globers don't understand their own curve formula. Nathan points it out, and they say that's not our claim. The curve formula is not your claim.
It is stupid. It is bad.
Morons, bro. Morons.
Yeah. Adam, you're gonna have to search that out and get. Listen, it's all gibberish at the end, but the main thing is R over RE over K. That's the main. That's very clear. Okay. Could we move on?
We got the extra over.
Say again.
Why have we got the extra over?
The extra.
I don't understand it. I don't like any of it. The only bit I understood really was the bit.
The cosine over S over. Okay, we're going to continue on. We're going to get stuck here forever. Let's continue on with this. Be prepared, because it's about to get. It's already.
Have you noticed from that angle how big the chunk out of his ear is? It's actually quite significant, isn't it?
It's negligent anyway.
It's negligent. Somebody was listening.
XB Black Eye said that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
He just took all the credit right off of you, buddy.
Yeah, I know. I give it away.
All right, here we go. Get ready.
So what do we observe to be true?
Adam, I'm going to pond you one.
I know, I'm just testing you now, but I thought you'd come back, you see. You're feeling rejuvenated, but obviously you're not. You're still
I'm a little bit. I'm catching my second wind, but you're going to drive me to the third wind, and I'm going to mute you.
It was bad timing, that one. It wasn't meant to be that.
Which direction does that wind come from, Kiwi?
Have you ever used the right-hand rule?
Betty, it's a verb.
Figure it out.
It's a what?
A verb.
A verb.
That's an inside joke. That is so ironic. It has irony dripping from its friggin' orifices.
Does it have orifices?
Betty, this family show.
Yeah, you talk about orifices.
Orifices.
That's not orphanages, but that's not correct.
All right, get a grip.
To what?
All right, here. That's a family show. All right, here we go.
Right, but what's observed is much more objective. So what do we observe to be true?
How do you not understand what I'm saying? Which is that all stars moved in the same cardinal direction.
Mm-hmm. So,
do you agree?
That's it. That's really good. Do you agree? Go ahead. That's a good point. Do you agree? Let's get you solidified and make sure you understand that, because he's exactly correct.
In cardinal direction. Go ahead and explain that.
He needs.
Oh my lord! That means I didn't understand what you meant by cardinal direction. Same cardinal direction. So, big posturing, thought look, and then say, "You, please clarify that. What do you mean by it?"
This is ridiculous, man. All right, let me 5 her. Let's get the whole thought. Did she 5? She didn't 5 me. A piss.
High five?
Do you agree?
Same cardinal direction. Go ahead and explain that.
All stars move east to west.
Wow, that's it. Do you understand, Neckbeard? Look, he's in dreamland.
It reminds me
There
of
we
Rush
go.
Hour.
So when you're in the north hemisphere, they're
He said it reminds him of Rush Hour.
No, that's what I said, Kiwi.
Oh,
Jackie Chan.
I'm sorry.
Do you want? He goes, do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
He did mean with Jackie Chan. Shit, the bad.
I'll go back again. Let's hear that again. Get the full thing.
East to west.
there we go. So when you're in the north hemisphere,
I'm sorry. I had to look at Witsit because he was giving him that look like he was trying to teach a first grader. That was a good look. So I give kudos to Witsit. That deserved it.
Stars move east to west.
there we go. So when you're in the north hemisphere, they're going in one direction, and when you're in the south hemisphere, they're going in the other direction.
There you go, folks. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west and the north, and then rises in the west and sets in the east and the south. He just said it. It's not
Can't
explicit.
get out of it now.
Yep, that's it. He's done. He's finished. He's a certifiable booger-eating retard. Unbelievable.
You would agree?
Also, QE,
You would agree?
does it even make sense if you're on a ball spinning one
No.
direction to point out the sky is moving in multiple directions?
No.
Like, how stupid is that? It's
No,
nonsense on their model.
Yeah,
it's worse on their model because, as I showed you earlier, the causation for the rotation of the stars isn't the stars rotating, remember? It's the ground rotating underneath. So at that point, you've got two hemispheres spinning in opposite direction.
Exactly. Listen to what Adam just said. Adam, please say that again while I eat this orange. Shut up, Betty!
If in a baller's world, the causation of star rotation is actually the Earth rotating underneath, but they also invoke that the stars rotate in different directions, then at the equator, it would be like spinning a Rubik's Cube, wouldn't it, in different directions?
Yeah.
Yeah, on top of that, they claim that the sun moves because of Earth rotation, the stars move because of Earth rotation, and the moon moves because of Earth rotation, but they all move at different speeds.
Yeah.
So how is the Earth, which has one speed, causing everything we see in the sky to have multiple speeds? That doesn't make any sense either.
Nope.
Correct.
So.
All right, here we go.
Yes.
So they do go in
Optically-
two different directions.
No. They're
When you
all-
are in the different
Bro,
locations.
this is so crazy. This is
Right?
like Flat Earth 101, bro. And this is what he's going to eat up the last 10 minutes. He doesn't want to address my argument, but I'm going to say it one more time. All the stars move in the same cardinal direction, east to west, right? But there's an optical perceived direction.
Yeah, see, this is just going to confuse him. Now, I understand what you're saying, but you can't do that to a second grade retard. You can't give him, he's not going to understand this. See, he should
But that's in his case for that.
That's what I'm saying. He should have left it there. Exactly, Adam. He should have known better than to do that. I understand why he's doing it, but it's a train wreck.
Gone to try and teach the retard.
Yes.
The statement of fact, and it was brilliant. Because then you just leave the retard there floundering, spreading in the water. Yeah, it's up to you, mate, to pick it up. It's not hard to describe. And the only point I disagree with, it's not Flat Earth 101. This is, I think, as Nathan said, it's just as applicable grasping this concept if you think you live on a ball. Yeah, it's the same rules. It's just you can't comprehend it somehow.
Yeah, this
That's
is just
the reality. Not Flat Earth claim.
No, this isn't a Flat Earth thing. This is simple. I told you it was simple 40-level logic.
Which demonstrates you don't even understand your ball model. I know we're about
Hold
to see
on.
the ball model.
I think he means flat Earth. Arguments 101. Like we've dealt with these arguments how long ago?
No, and that's my point. This isn't a Flat Earth argument. This is an orientation argument. And what are you using?
I
as
understand.
your-
I know.
What? Now, more importantly, what are you using as your descriptor of direction? Witzit's cleverly put into the argument using cardinal directions. But if you say left and right, and that's relative to the person, which is what William appears to be unable to get out of that mindset.
Struggling with that.
Here we go.
Which is clockwise and counterclockwise. If every star was moving around Polaris and you look south, they would objectively look like they're going the opposite direction. Objectively, it can be replicated. You would have the optical convergence.
That's where he screwed up. As soon as you say objective with a left to right or counterclockwise to clockwise, you've muddied the water so much that you're never going to reconcile it. Right? Because remember I told you the cardinal directions are objective directions. The counterclockwise, clockwise, left to right, those are subjective directions. Hope everyone got it. That's why this is just, it's a dumpster fire right now. He should have stopped just with the Cardinals, what I'm saying.
This point, like corpuscular and anticorpuscular rays, which he conceived exists. I want you to address the actual electrical field argument. We've talked about like all of your arguments. I'm going to talk for a second now. You didn't concede to the retrograde. You claimed retrograde.
See, now we're going to go off this topic. Yeah. So it just never gets settled unless they come back to it. I don't know. They might come back to it. So I'll continue.
Proves we move around the sun. You know, there's a kinematic equivalence with retrograde.
What's that, Adam?
I kind of agree with Witzer here. He's got other things he wants to beat him with. Any person of reasonable cognizance has figured out that William doesn't know his arse from his elbow, and it's like looking at crossing a road from different sides of the road,
sure,
left and right. It's different, yeah. So I'm with Witzer there.
Okay,
you laid it down.
Okay,
you've
fair
done
enough.
Let's find another weapon.
Okay, fair enough.
Even according to relativity, that's absolutely not true. Parallax, aberration, and retrograde, kinematic equivalents all work with the Earth being stationary. Would you like to concede retrograde doesn't prove the Earth orbits the sun?
No, absolutely not, because what the globe model predicts.
What? Adam, you want to take this one? I got mouthful orange.
I got a mouthful of hot dog and onions. And I'm sure hot dog and onions trumps orange.
Betty, can you take this one?
Yeah, the globe model is not a Nostradamus that makes predictions.
Thanks, Betty.
Yep.
Oh, Betty has your voice changed.
What big claws you have.
Don't laugh, Neil.
you should have said, shut up, Neil. All right, here we go.
Is the retrograde movement, right? We could predict that even if we didn't see it, right? If we imagine
what?
What? What?
Just our brand new planet that joined our solar system, we could predict the motion it would move. We would predict what retrograde motion.
Oh, is it going to go 1, 2, 3 body problem? It depends which way you want to go. That is such a lie. Anybody that understands that, no, they couldn't predict shit. They can't predict the moon and the earth and the sun.
Sure.
Yep. So let's throw in another one.
Now, there's a caveat, because yesterday, as my 10 hours of sleep, I did say that I could solve a 14 body problem yesterday. Just as a caveat.
I didn't say you. I said them.
And we would see with that new planet. It's a predictive, it has predictive capability.
So does a geocentric model.
What has predictive capability? Gene Dixon?
No, it doesn't, Austin. It
absolutely does. It's
you have said multiple times, your entire model is founded on the fact that, yeah, we see it multiple times in the sky, so we can maybe make some predictions about it.
What the hell is he off on now? Anything? This is just, he's just making shit up, making dumb shit up. This is like a incoherent straw man from a retard.
But we can't really do any further than that, because we don't know what it is. We don't know why it's moving. We don't know where it's going. We don't know anything about it. We just
We love this hyper specificity. Is this white paper technical language from the engineering school? You booger eater, neckbeard. This is just stupid. It's just on a first grade level stupid. It's pathetic.
But he thinks he's an intellectual.
Yep.
Yeah, like he's quoting Harvard.
Yep. We got a live one.
We just know we see it. We know more than that. We see it, but we also know more.
That they see it, Adam, but they also know more about it. They see what?
That Plato he was quoting there, or just making his own shit up.
Yeah. The latter.
It's called the Neo-Tychonic model. Okay. And it absolutely has the same exact kinematic predictive capability for retrograde. This is very basic stuff. If you would like to read a paper on it, I'm happy to send it to you, right? It's called the Neo-Tychonian Newtonian Machian Analysis of Planetary Motion.
That's a mouthful.
Not complicated.
What the hell was that?
Now, so you're wrong. If you think retrograde proves the Earth's
Because there's a time to techno babble, but you always have to be able to back it up. That was brilliant. Everything he said was correct. Yeah. But even to the point of the challenge. Yeah. Describing
I never heard of it. What is it?
Absolutely brilliant. He's accused Whitsitt earlier of techno babble. He didn't challenge him on that. That's the thing. Bring it on. Because I'm now about to destroy how you have to presuppose and pretend that it's multiple orbits. I can show another mathematical model that's just as valid. Do you want to see it, William? I don't know if William caught that, but I thought that was brilliant by Whitsitt.
Yeah, but No, go ahead, Betty. Go ahead.
He will say no, because he says no to everything. Do you understand this? No. Do you want to see that? You concede no. This is the no guy, right? We have the yes man and the no guy.
Do you understand cardinal directions? No.
Do you agree that this and that and the other? No. You never. I mean, it's so obvious. These people are all the same.
Back to what Adam said. Adam, you said that everything he said was correct, although that you substituted descripting with the mathematics where he said predicting. Sir.
Ooh, now getting to the meat.
Adam, you're getting called on the carpet, sir.
Say it again.
Stop
I'm happy to
eating.
correct myself. I wasn't. I was just clearing my palate in a moment of ponderance.
Hey, Betty, put a cork in it.
No, it's so Adam, he gets so quick on his toes from time to time. So good.
So, when you were describing what Whitsitt said and you were fawning and all over it, he said that they could predict it with their equations. However, in your rendition of what he said, you didn't say that. You said description.
That's because I'm correct.
Fair enough. Moving on.
Orbiting the sun, I wouldn't be talking down to so many people like flat earthers are just ignorant. That's very basic stuff. There's a kinematic equivalence according to relativity. So that means all astronomical observations can be validly explained from a central position. Go read some Stephen Hawking. He'll tell you the same thing. But what I want you to do is address my one argument I made, which is that we have a vertical electric field on the Earth with equipotential lines, and that this requires two Gaussian surfaces that are parallel to each other and perpendicular to that. And since we have a uniform electric...
See, this is where he loses me. This is where he loses me. I don't know why he's doing this.
Well, we'll let him go.
Electric field, you cannot have that on a sphere. You cannot have uniformity of a vertical electric field on a sphere. It's physically impossible. Therefore, proving that the Earth is not a sphere and that there is something acting as a second Gaussian plate above us.
Gotcha. So I will acknowledge what you're saying. The first thing you said, what was that model that you described that would display the geo?
Somebody say, hold on.
Yeah.
Nope.
I mean,
Betty said nope. Adam said yep.
Well, it's the no guy, right? So no.
Adam, you still clearing your palate?
No, I was waiting for Betty to finish, and I was just making sure.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you,
Oh.
Adam. Yeah. Oh, I feel all fuzzy inside.
I'll be the pizza.
He's all fuzzy out. He feels all fuzzy outside.
I forgot what I was going to say now, in all fairness. That was it. There you go. Brilliant. Nothing to do with the debate whatsoever, but if you want to really kind of get people heading down a road of also looking into flat Earth and theory and mechanics, and what he just said there was very relevant, but not anything to do with ball or flat.
True.
Yeah, I'd take his Gaussian surfaces to a woodshed, but Betty has given me a scolding.
Yeah, I put the lock on you.
And I don't usually take well to scoldings. I usually do the opposite. So I'm going to do the opposite this time.
No, you're not going to do the opposite.
No, here we go.
There's no need for him to go that way. You know what? Forget it.
All right, here we go.
Sorry, the
It's called the
retrograde motion.
Neo-Tychonic model or Neo-Tychonian model.
Gotcha. And you will admit you didn't explain what that model was in this debate,
I
right?
did already explain it. I said
Oh,
it
you
has all
explained
the-
it? Do you think everyone in this debate, or
Yes.
most people would understand what you were saying?
Yeah, and I'll repeat what I said already.
Gotcha.
Which was,
So everyone.
What kind of little idiot ploy is this from Neckbeard?
It's appeal to his total ignorance or the audience's ignorance.
Yes.
You can't argue this point because the audience might not know the big words you've used.
Yep. Pathetically feeble.
Anyone who's listening right now, if you don't already understand what the Neo-Tychonian whatever the hell model.
Go ahead.
I said he probably means himself.
Yes, exactly. He's projecting his inadequacies that he superimposed on the audience. They're all his. Good. Yep. Exactly, Betty.
That Witsit just described is, if you don't already understand what it is, then he knows he's taking advantage of you.
Okay, so
oh my God. Try to unpack that.
Good luck.
we won't.
I need some coffee, man. I'm gonna be excluded a little while. I'll come back.
Okay. All right. We miss you already.
Thank you.
Said what it is, which is the Neo-Tychonic model is all the planets moving around the sun as that whole system moves around the Earth. I did explain that if you can just think about it for a second, you would know that would give you the exact same explanation for why the planets look like they're going backwards in retrograde. It's called the Neo-Tychonic system. Tycho Brahe's system, of course, was here before any other heliocentric model. It's a slightly updated using Machian principle. Here's the paper. Can I share the screen? You're just showing your. Can I share my screen to the paper, please?
Yes, let me stop sharing.
But to be fair, you may have missed it, but I absolutely did explain that. And if you think about it, it makes.
I'm gonna pause for the cause.
On Witsit, is what I'd say. He's now schooling a baller on Tycho Brahe.
Yeah.
One of his other postulations prior to the full heliocentric model that isn't necessarily fully Tycho Brahe's. Yeah? He's putting balls in space, and he finds just as happy a mathematical explanation for his, and this is the point, for his flat Earth elevation angles to extrapolate an orbit that he's now going to describe as this, finds it just as easily to describe it with a stationary Earth and a sun that's circumnavigating that. Within that system, the planets doing what the wandering stars doing what they do separate to the star field, and it provides an equally mathematical happy. I suppose by Occam's razor, it's got no assumptions other than the assumptions of what they're doing, but there's nothing else other than harmony in it in terms of what you see and match to the skies. This guy needs a lesson in his own history, doesn't he? how they build a ball.
Very
This
simple.
is step
sense.
one,
Oh,
isn't
am I
it?
not sure?
Because this
Yeah,
is
okay.
geostationary. Yeah, this. I know. I'm sorry. This is step one in the evolution of the full heliocentric model.
That, and if you think about it, it makes very simple sense. Oh, am I not
Mhm.
sure? Yeah, okay. The Newtonian Machine analysis of neo-Tychonian model of planetary motions. It was published by the European Journal of Physics. Last time I did a debate on this, people claimed that it wasn't a real paper, so I just wanted to show it. This is the paper.
Well, they're saying it because it's an archive, and because the crayon munching ball-tart idiots think that peer review is a step in the scientific method, they'll say, it's not peer-reviewed because it does not signed because it's an archive. I'm a moron. That's why. That's why they did that to you. See? Archive. Just FYI.
Paper. And actually, if you want it, I can get it for you. I have the actual PDF.
Love
So, okay,
the
and
paper.
anyway, and it's not even like that simple. It's not that complicated. Please don't freeze again. Okay. Yeah, do you understand what I'm saying? If all the planets moved around the sun and then the sun was moving around the earth from the earth position, as the planets move around the sun, it would look like they're going backwards from our perspective, which is the same explanation the heliocentric model has for retrograde.
So your entire argument is that everything is moving the exact way our gravity predicts.
What the hell is he talking about? What?
What?
Except we want to be the inertial one.
Now you come in. Now that I start again, you come in. You better be quicker on the uptake.
It's getting later in the evening. That's unlikely. This is why I said it's step one, because it's step one of balls in space still. So William's correct here, because he's in his conception. Yeah, it might be smaller balls in space, but still balls in space following mass attracting mass, isn't it?
Yes.
Because remember, this is Tycho Brahe. It might sit better because he claims it's geocentric. So you think, ooh. As I said, remember what's been invoked. We've taken flat Earth elevation angles and invoked orbits, and that's what Brahe's doing in this. Orbits of balls in space.
Yes, this could be easy. What he's saying with it, you need to adjust fire. Right? You need to start being a flat earther again. Get out of this Tycho Brahe bullshit equivalence. You can destroy it. You can utterly destroy him just with flat earth. Not dealing the same cards as he is. Because we're still talking about Tycho, we're talking about who's the other crayon muncher? Ptolemy. Remember when they used to call him? They didn't use Jaren didn't have the P silent. He'd say it for years. I mean, Cathextus would sit back.
Ptolemy.
Yeah, Ptolemy.
It was just Ptolemy.
But is that what you're trying to say? Just nicer than me?
Like I said, it's step one of the heliocentric model. Now, there's no more evidence to prove or disprove that model's more or less valid than theirs.
True.
It's fundamentally balls in space.
True. That's what I'm.
That's what you're invoking.
Yeah. Yes.
You've almost invoked a ball Earth. It's still geostationary, but it's debatable whether it's a ball or not. I think that they'd say it is. Doesn't have to be, but you are still invoking, like what I said. It's that, and I say it's the point of change where we, from an astronomy point of view, where we're recognizing that an elevation angle is now an orbit. Because if you're not, then you can't invoke the meaning without it being an orbit. You have to realize an elevation angle is an orbit.
Is Betty back?
Or a change in elevation angle is.
Oh, Betty! She's not back yet. Watch, she's running towards the mic. What has she got, an espresso machine?
It's the fastest coffee you'll get.
I was waiting for it. That was what we call in the industry.
Yeah, but I've heard Wixit say he could demonstrate. Sorry.
Yeah, you're gonna ruin my point. Is there a delay? There must be.
Oh,
There must be a delay. So this is an inside joke, and about espresso and espresso. So I laid one up there for Adam. He caught on really quick. He's quicker on the uptake than I thought he would be, but I figured he'd get this one, right? Because this is an inside joke. Espresso. Get it,
I
guys?
used to call it espresso.
There she is.
I used to call it that, but I was corrected.
Yeah, you were scolded by Adam.
Yeah, but I've seen it both ways. I've seen it spelled espresso in a shop, and I've seen it spelled espresso. Is there a difference?
Go ahead, Adam. Adam.
Well, yeah.
It is
Yes.
the Mandela. Wait a minute. It is the Mandela effect.
No, it's not.
People are remembering it as espresso, but now it's espresso.
So an example of why the Mandela effect is nonsense. Because people's brains forget. They'll swear it's espresso.
It's fast coffee.
Words.
Let's move on.
No. Words have meanings.
No.
Neil. Express, as in express train, as in quick. Yeah. Express, as in to press. And what do you do with your coffee? Do you do it quick or do you press it and then pass water through it?
Oh, no. Espresso is time to get that nice creamy head on top.
Oh, my God. Do you see what you started, Adam?
It's the mechanism by which you acquire the coffee as opposed to a filter coffee. It's an espresso coffee because it's done by pressing it and pressured through, to get your coffee. Not a short measure because Italians have to be really quick in the morning.
Here we go.
Is that your prediction?
First of all, we have
That's what you
scientifically,
just said, right?
we've already scientifically and experimentally proven that the Earth is a stationary lab frame with interferometry.
Oh, no, you haven't.
Whoa. Back it up.
Yeah, that's incorrect.
Your gravity doesn't predict the
I think I
planetary.
asked a yes or no question, but I was thinking you're saying yes. So
Yeah,
what you're saying
is inertial
everything,
provably. That's what I said.
Everything looks just like as if they were a bunch of planets orbiting the sun. It all.
Does it look like that? Show.
Superchat.
Superfluid. Super Flatsy. Super chick. Supermodel. Supermolid.
Super Mario.
Yeah.
Super Mario.
Espresso.
Super Espresso.
Neil. That one doesn't roll off the tongue.
No, it doesn't. Go ahead, Flatsy.
Billy Philly says, "What?"
What?
Thanks, Billy Philly. Appreciate it. Here we go.
Looks like that, and it very well might be that way. Also, we're not orbiting the sun.
Well, no, actually, it only looks that way because we created the system over time, right? And it still doesn't even work.
Again, my point. What looks like that? Nothing looks like that. All you've got is a change in elevation angle during the day of the sun and of the stars at night. A change in elevation angle. You then interpret. You have to then interpret that as an orbit of a sphere. Yeah, there's no other. There is no observation that matches your interpretation.
Yep.
Also,
Elevation angle.
Go ahead,
because what was Witsit saying? Because he says it looks like that because we built a system. I don't know if he got cut off there, but when would anything ever look that way because of a system you built? Like,
yeah, yep.
What?
Yeah, you caught it. Yes, correct. That's incorrect. That didn't make any sense. Okay, we good? Ready?
work. We have the Mercury perihelion shift. It doesn't work. It doesn't even work with your model or with any version of gravity that's ever been proposed, right? It doesn't work. But yes, what we saw was that there are something called stars and then planets, planets, wandering stars. They move a little different and they move seemingly backwards from our perspective. I explained two options. One is that we actually measure the motion, right, in relation to the background stars. So if the planets periodically slow down, in relation to the background stars, it would look like they're going backwards. It would cause retrograde. Secondly, it could just be that the planets move in relation to the sun that moves around the earth, and that would give you retrograde. So
yeah, back to Nathan Thompson's point before, why are these planets and stars moving at different speeds when we're supposed to be the ones that's moving? So are we speeding up or slowing down, or do we got different people on different latitudes checking this? Follow me? Probably not. We'll continue.
What?
So now we're going to go to the actual empirical.
No, you're right.
What?
This is the point of interpretation. You've got the fixed star field, which is one rotation. You've got the sun, and then you've got the movement of the planetas, as we keep calling them.
Yeah.
Yeah, to sound a little bit like pasta and bolognese if you were in Italy, and no reason. The planets, right? Then we've got their behavior, which when we observe them and measure them as elevation angles, we try to plot them out. We describe some of their behavior as retrograde. And we try to conceptualize them as circles based around us.
Thank you, Adam.
And the NLMA.
Cool measurements on the earth that tried to measure.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Betty.
I said the NLMA.
Analemma.
Yeah, NLMA. NLMA, Bama, Lama.
Oh boy.
You know what?
Too much
what the NLMA is?
too much espresso.
No, but that's a good
I
example.
didn't get a sip yet. Strong.
That's a good example, QA. Yeah, so the analemma the sun creates in the same way is that retrograde motion. We never see the planets going backwards. When we plot it over time, the rate of change in their movement with respect to the star field and standard time, sun time, yeah, means that the way we plot them has a different position in a 24-hour day.
Yeah.
So hence the analemma. That's the same thing as retrograde in a way.
Yeah, she had a good point.
Thanks.
Measure the motion of the earth that is claimed and prove that the earth is not orbiting the sun, and Michelson-Morley requiring Newtonian mechanics be thrown out, and Einstein saying, turns out everything that happens on the earth is going to happen like the earth is in a state of rest. You'll never be able to disprove it's in a state of rest. You'll never be able to measure or detect the earth moving through space. That is your current position. So if we're going to use Occam's razor, that would mean the earth is, of course, at rest. You're going to claim it's an illusion. So you don't like Occam's razor. Occam's razor destroys
I do like Occam's razor. I do love Occam's razor because mine requires
he likes it, Adam, and then loves it.
Yeah, we're back to where we started, aren't we?
Yes.
Deja vu, I'm getting.
Deja vu all over again, baby.
Well, this is the funny thing. I attacked Occam's razor, and I'm not going to do it again because we did it at the start. But
yep.
Even so, Witz is going to beat him with that as well, which is respect to Witz.
Yeah. He beats him right there with that. Exactly. You got it. Yeah. Even though it's nonsense, he does beat him over the head with it.
With nonsense, right?
Yeah, he's still beating him with nonsense.
Using Occam's razor, right? You go, I'm here, don't feel like I'm moving. Right, so now I've got two positions to consider with Occam's razor.
Sure.
I am moving, or I'm not moving. Now, Occam's razor says there's so many assumptions you have to make to contradict the fact that you don't feel like you're moving, but you're making the claim that you are moving, as opposed to Witzig's position is, I don't feel like I'm moving, and I'm not moving.
Exactly.
He's just destroyed his own house, William has.
Yes, he has.
He's bent down in the shower in prison.
All right, Adam. This is a family show.
Whoa. So we know the Earth doesn't move, but what do we observe it doing? Remember how he tried to do that with the stars?
Yes.
We know they actually go east to west, but what do we observe them doing?
Yeah. Yes. You got it. He's all over it. Yeah.
We know the Earth looks flat, but what do we actually observe the Earth? You can do it with anything.
Yes.
Oh, it's too funny.
Lesser assumptions than yours. You are literally trying to say everything.
Wait a second. You have lesser assumptions than Witset? I don't think so, there, Sunshine. His is just it's at rest. That's it. There are no assumptions. Idiot. Neckbeard.
It all looks like it's orbiting the sun, but we're not. We're the inertial ones, but everything else is orbiting the sun but the sun is orbiting us. That requires a
Huh? What?
What?
That's what we see.
Unbelievable.
Say again?
What he's describing is what we see, and he's going to call it unbelievable. That's unbelievable. That everything is moving around the sun, but we're not. It's like, well, we don't see us moving around the sun, dude. But we see everything else moving around the sun. So what are you talking about? And Polaris. But they're talking about the planets.
Yeah,
go ahead. He's double wrong, isn't he?
Yeah.
The first point is, no, we don't see us going around the sun. We see the sun go over our heads, disappear into the distance. And then there's the second assumption on both parties relating to Tycho Brahe, when we make the assumption, as we interpret those elevation angles, that somehow the planets are going around the sun as well. I've got no evidence for that. I've got a change in elevation angle. I can interpret it with different mathematical models, but I actually have not got any real evidence other than saying those patterns
correct
that I've taken from flat Earth elevation
I was
angle.
just thinking that. Just thinking that, Adam. Every time you say that, I'm right on it. Yeah, you got it. You're all over it. This is really stupid.
Unbelievable amount of
the Flatsy, Superchat, Super Fluid, Super Mullen, Super Mario.
Superchat. It just happened. Roger Ledwell. Food for thought, 15 degrees and moving targets.
Yeah, that's nonsense, Roger. You're all over it. It's nonsensical, man. Thanks for the super chat.
of cognitive dissonance. What's it?
No, address the point. Address that the measurement showed the Earth is
because
not,
the Earth is
the measurement showed the Earth is not moving around the sun. And what your position did, if we're going to apply Occam's razor, if we use highly precise interferometry that should be decisive, quote unquote, from Einstein, over 10 times more sensitive than it needs to be to detect the orbit of the Earth, and it shows the Earth is stationary, Occam's razor would say the Earth is stationary. What did your side do? Throughout all of physics, throughout Newtonian mechanics, came up with a brand new idea of 4D space-time geometry that bends and warps. And actually, even though we're curving around the sun, we're not curving, we're going straight. We're going straight in an orbit, and then we're free falling through a geodesic path. And we weren't able to detect it because it's just linear motion and the interferometry can't detect it. But then in 2004, we actually detected linear motion with the interferometry by weighing, which even disproves that explanation. So there is no way the Earth is orbiting. It's a fact. So your subjective opinion of how you think it's cognitive dissonance or it's convenient doesn't in any way combat the physical empirical measurements. So
pause for the cause. It looks like that
that, man.
Yeah, take that. Yeah. He didn't need all that, but all that just seemed to crush him. He looks like his spirit's crushed.
Couldn't you just say we don't see different stars every 6 months and just end it there?
You could do it a number of ways. Yeah, you could. I would tend to stay away from that one, but you still could. It's not wrong. Here we go.
So have you researched
about
any
Michaels
of
and
that?
Morley? Are you ready for Michaels and Morley?
Yeah. Nichols and Morley.
Sorry, Nichols
hold
and
on,
Morley.
hold on. So we're pretty much at the end of our open discussion.
I think that's the end of us too, because I really don't want to get into the crayon crunchers from the
4
chat
more
skits.
hours.
No, 4 more hours. I'm not done with
You
the
don't
show,
want to talk
but
about the Nicholson-Morley experiment?
shut up. Not done with this. Not done with our show, but done with reviewing this. I don't want to go down that idiot road. Look how long we're at. An hour 20 minutes. This ends at 3 hours and 13 minutes. So this is just it's nonsense. So that's all for that one.
Well, that ended abruptly.
It did.
Wah, wah, wah. That's all, folks.
S but cosine S. It's cosine S.
Cosine S. That's all, folks.
So what have we learned from this, guys?
Very good
Nothing.
question.
Silence.
What's actually happening isn't what we observe.
But in reality,
But in reality,
Yeah, you got it. You guys are all over that. Yeah.
it's way more objective.
we learned a lot of debate tactics, huh?
Yeah, that's what I was like. I learned more about people and the way that they debate on this show more than I learned anything else.
Well, it's more or less, like I said, it's a baseless assertion fallacy show. You could pretty much make anything up. Just make it up. Like SMU or MSU making shit up university, but you're not going to be held to account. Now they did provide, so they shared screens a couple times, that's the first time I've ever seen that. So are they changing their policy with that?
Superchat.
Super Fluid, Super Mario.
Roger Ledwell. Hats off to 10th.
Okay.
10th. We haven't seen 10th in a while. If you're out there, sir, our thoughts are with you. You know that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shout out.
Well, we
To
miss
10th.
him.
I spoke to 10 last night.
Say again?
I spoke to 10 last night.
Oh, you did? Outstanding. Anything to share?
Things are progressing. He's caring for his wife, and that's the most important thing.
Yes.
Nothing negative. Things are looking better than they did before Christmas. And if anybody's got any spare prayers, wishes, then sure they'll have them. So my love goes out to them all. Yeah, shout out Molly. Shout out Temp.
I got a cool story.
Go ahead. We got open air.
I flat smacked a rapper. He's famous. He does a podcast with Mace, who did a lot of songs with Puff Daddy back in the day, like More Money, More Problems. But I gave Cameron a Flat Earth flyer, and he says one of his buddies had been talking about it and had his Twitter deleted, and he was really interested in it. And he asked for my phone number and asked if I do podcasts. And I got it all on video. I posted on my Facebook, but I thought it was pretty cool. He gets 2.6 monthly listeners on Spotify. So like he's still a popular rapper, even though all his hits were like 20 years ago. And the podcast he does is pretty popular too. But I just thought that was cool that he was already interested in it, heard about it, and like wanted the flyer. Pretty cool.
Hey, I got a question for you. This came up the other day. Remember you sent me a short little video clip and you called it Danny Faulkner and he was throwing rocks at a drone? Was that actually him?
No. I follow his channel, Bums and Drones, and they go around harassing bums with drones. And I just thought that guy looked like a spitting image of Danny Faulkner.
I kind of figured that. That's why I went to grab it because I referenced it and I said, I'm not going to do it because I don't think that's him.
No, yeah, that was funny.
That was hilarious because he was hiding that rock underneath where you couldn't see him underneath the shed. And then all of a sudden it came flying out.
Dude, I saw one where the lady hit the drone with the shoe and the drone almost lost control and then it recovered. And he titled it, that was a close one, but they're always throwing stuff at the drones. It's hilarious, bro. It's one of my new favorite things, Bums and Drones. But yeah.
Cool.
But again, we were talking on the subject. What have we learned, right?
Well, with the more or less that we got booger eaters for baltards that just make shit up. They don't come in with a plan. They're, like I said, they're mainly, if you really listen close, you really don't have to listen close. They're a lot like Denise. They have, you know, it's a stench of Reddit 2015 superficial dope form. You know, their arguments all come from that. Right?
Well, but what I learned from this is that all these people that do these debates on the globe side, they don't listen to the arguments that the other guy says.
Correct.
They want to overwalk the other person all the time. They want to sort of get them on gotcha questions, right? And sort of pin them down, laugh at them, making fun of them, all the while knowing that they know nothing themselves, you know, about their own model, getting into trouble too, but getting out of it just by asking stupid questions. And we, as flat earthers, should be able to see through all these tactics and
Sure.
for that.
Sure.
Yep. Yeah, I think an important point is if you're going to debate flat Earth, don't spend 40 minutes of the debate talking about the sky.
Good point.
I mean, holy crap. How are we 7 years into this and people are like, oh yeah, Austin's one of the best debaters. And the dude spends 40 minutes talking about lights in the sky. It's a flat Earth debate. It's like, come on, dude. Come on, guys.
Yeah, but I understand, and I totally agree with that, but he may have been, I can't believe I'm taking his side. He may have been not coerced, but forced into it by Neckbeard. Remember, we didn't look at their initial, their 10 to 15 minute presentations. We didn't show that, and I didn't look at them. So this could. You're following me?
Yeah, but look at what was shown when they did present, which would have been part of Neckbeard's presentation, which was his "I forgot I'm upside down in Australia" diagram with his rule of thumb. So if you look at it, and also there's mitigation towards the end there by Whitsitt when you said, "Oh, keep on it," I said, "No, move on." He says, "I've not had a chance to do any of the stuff that I've mentioned."
Right. Sure.
Yes. So I think that level of what proves a ball, and Nathan's right. What are you talking about? The sky. Well, that shows you what they've got left. He showed you what he presented.
Yeah.
Trying to take flat Earth elevation angles and interpret it as a heliocentric orbit. That's all they've got now as their proof. And as he say, and that is fundamentally, wasn't it? If you think about the past few weeks, that's all he's got is that model and its predictive powers. Prove it's true.
Yeah.
That was his argument.
The first rule of Globe Club, is don't talk about the floor.
Yeah.
His argument was, I can prove it because I can predict the sun will come up tomorrow. That was essentially the kid's argument.
And also, I think like what you don't tend not to do, QE, is when you don't talk about certain things to certain people if you know that they will get you on it because of misunderstanding, right?
Yes.
So you usually don't go into topics where you know that it's like a minefield to tread into.
Yes.
You stay away from that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you learn that through the years, right? You know that that's not going to be fruitful. You may think you understand the argument, but you're going to confuse not only the person that you're debating, but the audience is going to be out there flapping. So it's of no use. It may lift your ego up a bit, but it's no use. It's a waste of time. I've dropped those.
The only thing that can be useful is if someone on the other side is really interested in the argument, is really listening to you, and is really open to other things.
Yeah. Yes, but that's albino blue whale.
Yeah. Or they can turn on you, right? In the middle of it. That's also a thing. Yeah.
Yep.
You need to be careful.
That's very intuitive. You're quick on the uptake. How many hours of sleep you get?
I thought I'd take that sort of, because I know that we had a sort of a thing earlier on with the whole Star Trek thing, because you know that that's something that I really like.
I know
in a way.
Yep.
And I can also argue for it, but it's just an explanation. I can't prove it in any case, right? So you get into a minefield if you are treading on that topic.
Yes.
And
You do.
although he was correct with his thing, what he said.
We already
But
went
yeah,
over this, Betty. Yeah, you were.
but the other side didn't understand. So that's and you will also get doesn't understand.
Yeah, we were arguing two different purposes. You were pre-argument. Mine was to the point.
What's the Star Trek thing?
The Star Trail, not Trek.
Star Trek.
God for that.
Oh, sorry. Yes, Klingons on the starboard bow.
But you
I'm
say
curious.
sorry and then do it again.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought of that all of a sudden. Sorry, Nathan.
No, it's all good. Did that William guy have like any kind of credentials? Like I heard he's an engineer. Like what does he engineer?
Yeah,
What?
I don't know.
What?
Neck beards.
He engineers neckbeards. Yeah, it's like why are we even talking to these guys? Like what?
Oh, do you not get that? If I was me that was just suddenly exposed to flat Earth, and that I go to modern day debates, think, what do you? I struggle to think how I can come with a positive outcome and able to ridicule flat earthers there, and shout out to Whitset. Other than a little bit of preaching, an Ethereum trying to give an Ethereum alternative, which is just suicidal in any debate. Other than that, and everything else he did, I listen to it and I think, how would a
Superchat.
neutral hear that?
Super Fudge, Supermodel, Super Mario.
Yeah, everyone else gets to the end of this sentence. Not me.
Not you, Adam. Sorry. Roger Ledwell. Thank God for free speech.
Not for Adam though.
Not for Adam.
Yeah. I like the way Flatsy was just direct. Yeah, not for you, Adam. It's like being at home.
You were in the middle saying props to Wits at Adam. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Adam.
Yeah, I was. I genuinely, I thought through that he's done really well. Like I said, with the minor critique, which has got nothing to do with the debate, I think he dealt with him well to the point that he annihilated him on such a low standard as Occam's razor, the baller lost. And that's the thing. I'd look at that and say, well, if there's a neutral Nathan, yeah, what are they taking away from that? Flat Earth's a load of nonsense. I'd struggle. Are you muted, Nathan? The question was to you.
Oh yeah, are you saying that they're going to watch that and definitely not walk away thinking flat Earth's a load of nonsense?
I would struggle if I was a baller and Williams on my side. Yeah, there's two options, isn't there? I'm like, oh, maybe flat Earth's got something because I can't answer that. Yeah, or Williams a retard and this is just a load of rubbish. This modern day debate. Yeah, you can either rubbish your proponent, or you have to listen that your proponent struggled to present any coherent argument.
Yeah, and it's just going to get worse during the Q&A. That's going to be exponentially magnified in the Q&A too. So
yeah, that's why I left it.
Yeah, I agree with you, bro. Yeah, 100%.
Are we doing that?
No.
The after show.
No.
God. Elaborate then, Nathan, please. Because yeah, I mean, well, that's that. But I think that validates my point. If you're saying it gets exponentially worse.
Yeah, I'll elaborate. So it was obvious that Austin had more knowledge of both models during the debate. But then once you get to the question and answer, when people can ask specific questions to William and to Austin, it's going to be exponentially magnified that William doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. And he came to a gunfight with a comb.
Do you guys want to do this? Or are you going to overrule me or what?
What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Well, you know where I stand. I can't stand those Q&As. really stupid. But if you guys want to go ahead and do it.
I think the debate is better for review purposes, like reviewing the Q&A.
Yeah, that's what I say.
I'm not as gung ho about that. I'm just if you're on the fence and you watch the Q&A, yeah, it's like Adam was saying, you're gonna start asking more questions than having answers. You know.
Yeah.
Sounds like the Q&A confirms neutral ballers worst. Well, it leaves them in the same position. There are no answers because they'll go off and try and research the answers, even if they come to the assumption that William's a bit of a retard and he's not doing a good job for the ball. Yeah, they're then going to go and try and answer them questions themselves. And that's how I started. Yeah, one of my good friends said the Earth's flat, knowing I was a geek, and sent me off like that. And I didn't go off to confirm the Earth's flat. I went off to demonstrate it's not. And being intellectually honest, I ended up here. There wasn't any, you know what I mean? It's a personal journey, and you've got to decide to prove it to yourself.
Yep.
The fact we don't have PhD astrophysicists and college professors trying to embarrass flat earthers in these debates should speak volumes.
Yep. I agree.
I agree too. You're right.
We get neckbeard. YouTube watching neckbeard. That's what we get.
Yeah, that's what left, right? You have these numpties that want to do all of this of a belief, right, system. Totally, like, not.
Yeah, but Betty, they don't know their own belief system.
Yeah, I understand that. But it's interesting how that works, brainwashing, how deep that goes, and how willing people are to defend their own, like,
religion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Sad, basically.
You don't realise it's a religion at that point. Yeah.
Nope.
I think it's more scary than sad.
Yeah, because what else do we have that's basically on that same level? People thinking that medicine is doing good for people? For example?
Well, religion, you just go one time a week, but with the globe, you go 5 times a week. So it's not a religion.
Go 7 times a week from the day you're born. That's the point. You don't realise it's indoctrination. It's accepted as truth, fact. We're on a ball, on its orbit,
Well,
gravity.
as a kid, when you saw that globe in the school classroom, it's sort of like, okay, that's it. You don't think about that these adults that also didn't know, right, would just point you to a lie, right? You don't know that. You think as a kid that all these adults have all the knowledge in the world, and you basically have to learn to a certain standard that you also know all that, and teach your kids the same thing, and you never know that you're sort of involved or enrolled into so many lies already.
Well, that reminds me, QE, I did watch half of that interview that you were talking about on Nathan's show.
Right.
I was in like tears. I had to quit and give myself a break. So.
What kind of interview is that it makes people cry?
Oh, we watched it one day, Betty. It was the one with the it was a while ago, with the Seventh-day Adventist. Remember the guy? The older guy from Canada. He was in the secret. They were trying to get him to join the secret societies in Canada.
Too long ago, I guess.
Yeah, it was. We watched it. But yeah, it was many years ago.
I don't think I'll ever forget it. I honestly, like, it made me feel grateful because where I'm at now, I didn't earn it. So I can only just
if I send
pray to God at how grateful I am. So.
If I send Betty the link, as soon as you see it, Betty, you're going to remember it. How about that?
Okay, yeah, do that because
I will.
it's a long time.
Copy link. I'll do it right now. Ready?
Yeah. Can I watch now?
No.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Remember now?
Let me see. Let me see. Oh, that guy. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That will do something for you. Yeah.
It just goes to show that the elect, I guess, that they speak of in the Bible, really are chosen from the beginning. So, and yeah, there you go.
He does put a Seventh-day Adventist twist on it in the middle. It goes a little bit long. I understand it. I wasn't after it for that. I was after for the first part. You know, where he was getting really detailed, and you knew there was no lying in him. That really stood out to me. So.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That part of it, that's what really confused me prior to kind of centering myself. But yeah, I still have questions, and I don't know who to ask except God.
That's the best one.
Hey, Brian's in here. I didn't even Brian, what's going on, man? Brian's Logic, by the way, not any other Brian's.
Hey, QE, everyone. I'm in the shop, shopping,
You're
as usual.
In the shop shopping. That's a bit redundant.
Convenient.
So yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's all the news I've got.
All right. So what do we
What
got?
are we going to do next week? Are we going to do the Time Bandits, maybe? Finally? Adam?
Are we not playing more of the video tonight?
What?
My internet keeps dropping. What was that?
Time Bandits, Adam.
QE, they did just have another debate on flat Earth on Modern Day Debate like a day or two ago. I don't know if you want to put that in the rotation or.
I usually don't look at Modern Day Debate. I had this one sent to me.
He wants everything on a silver platter.
Nathan's a bit more like, excuse the phrase, Nathan, widespread than us. Is there any stuff outside of those things that you see from like the Facebook point of view, or debates out there that are worthy of review and maybe poking a bear over there?
Not that I. Give me a minute. Let me try and think of something.
Yeah, and while Nathan greases the skid for you to red herring fallacy away from the point, Adam, can you ask him again, Betty?
Adam, can we do the Time Bandits next week?
I'm sorry, Nathan. I didn't hear you. You broke up a bit there.
I think it was our different time tables. Right?
Yeah. He's stonewalling us.
Ian, damn right denying that we
Next
exist.
Wednesday's perfect for me.
Next Wednesday, 2 weeks from now, huh?
All right, guys. If you don't pick it up, you're gonna have to go.
We're
video.
We're waiting on Nathan, right? Aren't we?
Thought you were going to play on the video.
We did. Hold on, Brian. We finished the video.
Oh, that's a bit of a downer. All right.
When he says we finished the video, we said we can't do any more of that. That's enough.
We were headed off into the Q&A, on Modern Day Debate when the chat skanks asked their moronic questions. That was 2 hours. That was 2 hours long. I said no.
For super chats for the guy asleep on the helm, at the helm.
Yeah.
We do know what went on because Nathan summarized.
Chat.
Super fluid.
We got Moon Rover. Adam, explain flat Earth angles. Show planets orbit the sun.
Good super chat.
There's the point, then, isn't it? That's not my claim. It's not for me to take a flat Earth elevation angle, something we can show and demonstrate, and how you want to take those change in flat Earth elevation angles to mean you've got planets orbit the sun, or orbit, or even mean orbit me. Yeah. What is the leap from that data rate of change of an elevation angle to the term orbits? You've got to invoke a ball first. Lots of balls. Balls in space. You've got to invoke all those things and then interpret the data like that.
Yep. That's a
You know what it
reversal.
was a little flat Earth elevation angle.
That's a little
It just meant I could
reversal of.
navigate.
Hold on, Adam. That's a little reversal of the burden of proof there, and it's going to expose numpties. So it is. That's what I'd like to do. Have one of the ballers explain orbital mechanics. That'd be a lot of fun.
Mechanics.
William knew orbital mechanics so well, he was confident he could throw another ball in.
Yes,
in that
that's
debate.
right. And they could predict everything. Go ahead, Betty. Sorry, we rumpushed you. Go on.
Orbital mechanics. It's like there's some wheel. Someone turns the wheels in motion.
What it sounds like superficially, yes. It's more of a crayon cruncher than that, though.
So wait a minute. I was reviewing something, and what are those Kepler laws? Or what did Kepler do exactly? Does anybody can anybody explain that to me? Or is that too elaborate?
I'm not feeling it right now.
What
Yeah,
do you
he's
want to
just
know about?
feeling it.
Because I put in the chat GPT, what was it again? Let me see if I can go back to that. I don't know if you did it in. Oh, wait a minute, I'm in the wrong chat.
I think he's balls in space.
He's most famous for the
Doesn't he
Olympic.
invoke ellipticals and bendies and things in terms of suggesting circles to fit? Because there's all sorts. This is what I'm saying. You know that first thing where you've got the sun orbiting a plane or a ball in space, then the rest of the planets are orbiting the sun, whilst the remaining star field. That first one that the Tycho Brahe one that Whitset invoked. Kepler's later on, he's refining a heliocentric model, isn't he?
Yeah.
With his invocation of elliptical orbits. Instead of the circles that you see in Brahe and everything.
Later, the laws of Kepler are explaining the law. Are being explained the law of gravity by Newton, and that proposes that the sun and the earth pull on one another with a force that's equal to the mass. And the reverse, whatever.
That
It's not
debunks
even.
that debunks special relativity, by the way.
Yeah. So I was
More
I was
Biggie, more
basically-
pulley.
So I was going over a video that came to me somehow, and so the Earth is on the tilt, and that tilt stays the same around that we sort of supposedly in that model, whatever, go around the sun, and they say that orbit is elliptical. So when it's summer in the northern hemisphere, supposedly, the sun is closer, they say, than when it's in the southern hemisphere when the summer is there, right? Then it's further away, and they say, well, because that I think it's so the distance is like 5 million whatever.
3 million miles.
How many?
3 million miles between
Yeah.
Aphelion and perihelion.
Exactly. So that wouldn't that sort of account for more heat if the sun is more distant or more like not distant, more closer to the
Yeah,
Earth?
it's like walking away from a campfire and it getting hotter. It makes no
Exactly.
sense.
Hey, that's copyrighted.
Yeah. So that's how is that possible? And that is to me that's a debunk for the whole globe model, because how can you have that, right? And it's sort of comports more with how the flat Earth model works.
What? What model? What globe Earth model? And let's see that flat
Well,
Earth model while you're at it.
yeah, I just mean modeling how the sun would go in over the flat Earth. You can model
Also,
that, right?
also we don't observe that with the analemma that you brought up earlier because
Exactly.
it's lopsided.
Yeah.
Lopsided, and the points are not equidistant. So, yeah.
There you go, right? So, but they go right over when you go to those videos where they explain the season, the heliocentric model, or mullet, whatever.
Yeah.
They sort of say that, and some don't, but some say, okay, it is an elliptical orbit. They need to explain that away, of course, but they don't explain why it's like not hotter in January in the northern hemisphere because of the sun's closeness, right? They say, yeah, but it's because the northern hemisphere has more land mass, and land mass doesn't reflect more, blah 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 blah. It's so weird, and people accept that as face value, right? It's weird.
Well, isn't that why they've? I don't want to say this wrong, so please forgive me. Isn't that why they have to explain the sun as like a black body?
QE, your call. QE. He's on the toilet again, or
Damn,
eating
I
an orange.
step away for 10 seconds.
You can't step away. We call
Huey,
you out of that. You wouldn't ask a question.
What characteristics does being a black body give it that solves that issue?
I didn't hear the question first. You're gonna have to ask me the question again. I didn't hear it.
With their explanation of the proximity problem with the sun, don't they try to explain that by saying that the sun is like a black body?
I understand.
No, I don't think that's connected, Flatsy, from what I heard there. The black body thing is really to do with its absorption and emission spectrum.
Yes, I mean I get that, but well, with the proximity, it's not because up in elevation you don't have, but you also have less dense of the gas, so it's colder in elevation. I'm just spitballing, anyways.
Their excuse, I think, is what Nathan alluded to earlier, which is to do with the tilt angle. Because even in the summer when you're closer, because you're tilted towards it, this parallel, non-parallel emitted from a spherical surface, which can't be parallel light source, behaves in a certain way, which, if you ignore all your knowledge, justifies why it's colder when you're closer in the northern. Yeah, you just.
How stupid is that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the point I said earlier. If you're a neutral newbie coming into this and listening, right, and you heard something along those lines as to just if that was the topic that came up, do you walk away going, "Yep, definitely a bull, definitely that's my knowledge satisfied. That's exactly what I thought. Brilliant. It's something to do with the thing I can't explain." Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Something I would say about that whole debate there, if I was a new person and I didn't know any different listening to that, without a doubt, I would be looking at the flat earther being with it as being definitely the most convincing.
Well, it's not the put a pin in the balloon, but it really doesn't take much.
I understand that. Sorry.
Super Chat, Super Fluid, Super Mario.
Roger Ledwell, 15 degrees moving target equals ball right moon buggy.
Yeah, shit, yeah. Thanks, Roger.
Yeah, another problem with that distance to the sun thing is we don't have similar fauna and flora in the north and south, and the temperature variations are drastically different.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In with the time zones, Brian.
Yeah, the time zones too.
Yeah, there's
we
more.
will never hear about because we will never know.
Well, no, because
time zones, Betty, not time bandits.
Yeah, Betty.
Oh, sorry.
There's a lot more meat than just the fauna, and Brian puts some hair on that monkey.
Unfortunately, shopping.
Was
in
it
the
a hairless
shops.
monkey then? It was a hairless monkey to begin with. Okay.
I'm driving, so it's going to be. I can speak about it if you want, but it's going to be hard to go on and off mute. You're going to hear me just breathing when I'm not talking.
Oh, that's good.
Like having Neil on.
Yeah, but it's true though. I mean, like if I did a whole presentation years and years ago on the origin of the sun cycle on Ranties. It was his second ever show. His first show, there was a guy on there who had I think he had a twin prop pilot's license. But he was talking about the gyroscope and how it completely proves the Earth has to be a horizontal plane. You know, the mechanical gyroscope. But the second week I did a presentation on Ranties on the origin of the sun cycle. Now, I can't make any claims about it, but it's just what we observed the sun to do throughout the year. And what we observed the sun to do is to be higher and move in a smaller circle on the 21st of June to the north over Tropic of Cancer. And from that point on, the sun appears to widen its circle, move faster, and keep doing that until it gets to the 21st of December, where it appears to move in its biggest circle at its fastest rate, but it's also closest to the Earth. Now, I don't know how you can say closest and further away without having a little grin, because you don't know what the hell the sun is. Sorry for the language, but you don't know what the sun is. But I looked at it from an Arctic and Antarctic point of view. If the Antarctic is what they say, like a big load of ice, then it would make sense. Even going by the Antarctic winter and summer, it would make sense if the sun did do that, considering the type of considering what happens to the ice sheets in the north, in the Arctic, in comparison to what happens in the Antarctic. What they claim to happen, I don't know. As I said, I haven't been to the Arctic or the Antarctic, but the Arctic is obviously far more plausible, than what they tell us about the Antarctic. But even if the Antarctic is this big ice ring, then it would make sense with the sun doing what it does within the original sun cycle, where it's lower and moves faster and making a bigger ring around. But I mean, when you're trying to work out the sun, you're trying to work out a complete mystery. But like with the likes of Kepler, all Kepler did was take that original cycle, and he had to make it work with the Copernican model. So that's why you have the tilt and the 3 million mile difference in winter and summer for north and south and all this kind of stuff. That's why you have all that. It's all down to him trying to back engineer the original sun cycle, which was angles off a flat plane, to an object that we don't know, that we don't understand, and its yearly pattern that we can't confirm. Do you know what I mean? And from that is where he built these laws of orbital motion, whatever, and they're all based off of his own back engineering of the sun, and then amalgamating that into the Copernican model. Like, so how are they laws when it's all based around his own crazy, pre-assumptions? That's that's not a law of anything. It's like that guy saying in the debate there, "Oh, we observe orbits around the sun. We don't observe anything like that. Nobody observes anything happening around the sun. You observe the sun. That's it."
Super chat.
Superfluid, Super Mario.
Superman, Super Bowl.
Good one. Protothad. Oh, Roger Ledwell said Protothad is a brilliant.
Protothad so, Mr. Magoo is brilliant. How about that?
Maybe
Takes one. I takes one to know one.
I noticed Brian don't get interrupted for a super chat.
Oh, some preferential treatment going on there by Blatzy.
Well, he did say he was in the car, so sorry. Sorry,
okay.
Adam.
Thank you, Flatsy. Thank you.
Okay, that's fine. From now on, I'm always driving.
If consolation, Adam, what he was saying was coherent.
Well, you see that
nice
caveat with sensicalness. Yeah, get out of here.
So wait a minute, Brian. So you did a presentation on the sun's movement back in the day on Renty's channel.
Yeah, Betty, back in it would have been early 2017.
Do you think that you can update it and make it like something for today?
I can, but I could do that if you would like. I could do it if that's what you'd like. I could look into it again. It's been years since I looked at it. But if you're interested, I'll do it. But it's a lot of pre-assumption in it.
Sure.
But I'd have to put a few caveats out there. Say, look, this is just, we don't know what the sun is and what it's doing. So the problem is once you do that, the ballers then want to say you're claiming this, and it's like, no, I'm just pointing out where Kepler got. I suppose if we were doing just to show where Kepler got his nonsense, I suppose, because what they're attacking you on, concerning the original sun cycle, sorry, that's the very thing that Kepler robbed and turned into your globe, your globe heliocentric model.
What do you say, QE? Do we want to do that? Maybe.
No.
After time bandits.
Why not? No. Unbelievable. Well, someone has content, and you.
I knew that as soon as I heard him or heard you ask the query to him, I was like, yeah, content.
Yeah, well, I kind of wanna see that. I mean, listen, we all know that to explain certain things is not the same as proving it in a sense, right? But we can also like show it in. I don't know if you have like visuals as well, Brian, but that would be very helpful for some people. Some people are visually like equipped, right, or need visuals to understand things, and would help.
Yeah, I'd put some visuals together. I'll do that if you would like, and I'll go through where Kepler got his paradigm from. Yeah, if you want, I'll do that.
Yeah, go ahead, Brian.
Do you think that you have that next week, or maybe the week after?
If you would like me to, I'll leave it up to you, Betty, what you would like, and I'll do that.
I don't want to put pressure on you for like in a week's time, maybe. So if you want.
No, it's not any big deal. I just get a few visuals together. I understand the story. I remember it all. It's just the visuals, and it'd probably be interesting to look back into it again. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do it next week. I can make a thumbnail for it.
Time bandits won't be happening, so we might as well.
It's already happened. Been Mandela.
And Adam has probably also a sequel to your Kepler sun move thing as well that he is going to present next year, 2 years from now.
And he just appealed to the Mandela.
I'm saying you lot's been Mandela. It's already happened.
It's already happened.
QE, has time bandits already been presented?
Yes, but
Yeah.
not this part.
Okay,
We
there's
want
a
to
little bit to
repeat.
add.
Repeat.
That's a Mandela fallacy.
Appeal to Mandela fallacy.
Are we saying we should do old presentations?
Yeah, why not?
You've
QE
got
does them
new
all the time.
information.
Yeah. QE is all
No.
about repetition. And it's good to
Got new
repeat
punches,
certain
Batsy.
things, right?
Sorry, Bay.
I've got a
Sorry,
couple.
Adam.
I've got a couple presentations we haven't done on here. If you guys want to look at them.
Okay, what do you got?
That's an interesting story. How I was talking to a guy about a flat Earth debate he did in the grocery store, and this lady behind me, when I hung up, goes, "Oh, that was a really interesting conversation." And I said, "Oh yeah, have you heard the Earth is flat?" And she goes, "Yeah, my Uber driver did a 2-hour presentation at my house the other day." I said, "Who's this Uber driver with a 2-hour presentation? I got to see it." So it turns out he's an architect, and he does Keynote really well. And so he put together a really nice presentation and gave it to me. And there's a first part on, debunking the heliocentric model. Second part's on NASA and their fraudery. And the third part is on biblical cosmology. So it could be like 3 separate presentations if you guys need some content. QE.
Yes, we do.
I definitely got those on the Keynote ready to rock and roll. So
Super chat.
Super fluid, super molid.
Super Bowl, Superman.
Oh, that was weak.
Okay. It says Billy Philly sent this one's for Betty, winky face.
Yes! Haha! Got one in the hopper.
She
Send it to me. Send it to me, QE. I show you my PayPal now.
I'll show you my PayPal now. I already linked it. Right, Betty?
Yep. Yeah. Send it to me. I got it.
You're telling me all the super chats don't get directly deposited in your account, Betty?
No. No, he hogs it like
He hogs them.
He's sitting on the money pot like from the get-go.
The money pot. Yes, I'm trying to send my son to Harvard.
Yeah, it's actually all being embezzled by Miss QE.
Embezzled.
Miss QE, I like that. But hey, let's do that, Nathan. If you're up to it, I mean, time for it.
Easy cheese. Just let me know.
All right. So next week we do Brian's something, and you give us the heads up for the next presentation that you want to do, Nathan, that we can make a
QE,
thumbnail for.
just tell me a day you want to go live, QE, with that, and we'll do it.
Yeah, QE.
Next Sunday, 2 weeks from now.
No! You jealous bastard.
What, Betty? It's hurting.
It's hurting.
It's like Time Bandits is the only presentation I've got.
Oh, poor baby. And you don't even do that one.
That one's... What's the word? What does Einstein do to Newton?
Oh no, but she has you.
It's on... Sorry, Patsy.
No, you're. No, you go.
This one's under supersedement. This one, but there are others that aren't being superseded. Like the flight one, that's quite good. Ryan likes that. QE hates
Yeah,
it.
it's one of my favorites.
You know you hate it because but that's really good because it will wind QE up because it's a completely separate point to flight. I tell you what has come up, and it came up today, and it came up on Nathan's is 8 inches per mile. Or what's the formula for R over what was it? R over RE K E. That's cos E. Yeah. Well, I can do that if you want. I'll derive that as a formula for supposed Earth curvature. so I can give you a real accurate formula and take you through the derivation. I did that.
I'll wait for the book.
It's so good. That
And
you
he
see,
just read. Adam, it's not a contest on who has the most presentations here.
it's not a contest. I'm not asking for a
We
score.
value you anyway.
You don't want my presentations, do you? That's fine, Betty. How about centrifugal force on a
It's
rotating
going
lamp
on and on and on.
compared to rotational force and opposition of gravity calculated mathematically to show neither happens?
I don't want to have any mathematics in it, please.
How about moonlight is cold?
Oh God.
Oh God. Can you send Anthony outside in the cold with the?
No, I use my own lab grade thermometers in the most empirical fashion I could do to make observations and take readings based
Yeah,
on
and then we
these
were waiting
probes.
for the moon to show, right? And then after that
No. So the
and
observations.
you will be sort of obfuscating when that moon is out there to measure it.
No, this is the interesting thing. Whether it's in whether there's cloud cover or not, it's not the greatest thing. It's the overall ability to get direct any kind of moonlight on it. A little bit of shade, a bit of clouding. Heavy clouding played a role, but little bits of clouds passing over, the overall effect wasn't noticeable. Might have slowed cooling. Yeah, I could show you all those readings that I took back in the day. Very good they were.
Are you going to bring it with a little livelihood? With the
Oh,
will
what?
to live? With the will to live?
I didn't hear that. Again.
With the will to live.
Well,
are you going to bring that data with a will to live?
The data's the data. What you do with the data is up to you. What if you want as rigidly as we could control things when you're trying to say whether something's in the moonlight or in the sunlight, and that was defined by when things are in the sunlight or not in the sunlight. Yeah. So
What does it prove, Adam?
well, what it did show was that the thermometer got hotter when it was in the sunlight, and if I moved it into the shade, it got cooler. Yeah, it was cooler in the shade of the sunlight. But using those same standards, when I applied that to moonlight, it would either if it was in the moonlight, it would get warmer when I put it into the moon shade. And if I moved it from the moon shade, it would get cooler when I put it in the moonlight. And I repeated it.
How would this help Flat Earth, by the way?
No, nothing. It's got nothing to do with flat Earth. It was just one of those.
Superchat.
Superfood, supermodel, Superman.
You see those goddamn standards. I swear, I'm speaking to my union rep after this.
That one was actually on purpose. I'm sorry, Adam. I did it for the laughter.
Thank the Lord, by the way. Thank you, Roger.
Roger Ledwell said, sorry about the proto-thad. Him and Moonbuggy are brilliant.
But sorry about proto-thad him.
No, sorry about the proto-thad. Him and Moonbuggy are brilliant.
Who and Moonbuggy?
I
Proto-thad.
think Prototad and Moonbuggy, like they're two people. Prototad is, and Moonbuggy is another person, I think. I think he trolls me a bit.
That's okay. Thanks a lot, Roger. Appreciate it anyway.
Cool.
Betty.
Yeah.
Take us home.
Not gonna take you home.
Yes, you
Get
are.
out of here.
Yeah. Yes, you are. You're taking us home. I got a mission I got to
You've
do.
not denied what I've said yet.
Well, that's okay. We're leaving.
Cuatro horas más.
Whatever the hell that means. Hey, I got a couple missions I got to do.
It means It
means
4 more
we're
hours.
leaving.
4 more hours.
Oh, no, the quattro. Yeah, everyone's using that against me.
How can that?
Can I say something?
You better make it quick.
I just want to say thanks to Flatsy for being very uninterrupting to me.
You got it, Brian.
Fucking robot.
No swearing.
I didn't swear. It was a glitch.
It was a glitch. That's so bad, Adam.
So,
internet.
just the last question, QE. Is that an idea to have Nathan also do a couple of presentations?
It's
and Brian?
it's possible. I'm shading away from the NASA crap.
Why not? Let people see the NASA crap.
Well, that's old news. I don't want to be traipsing back there.
Oh, why not?
Let me.
You want to have a crowd. You want to have new people watch your shows.
There's that stuff too, QE. We'll talk about it.
Come back to this.
Just relax, Betty. Just relax. Send the If you could send the presentation, let me review it. That would.
Yeah, I was also about just sending you a thumb drive with the presentation, but also it's got like 1,000 memes on there. I don't know if you'd want to do maybe like B-roll for when we're all talking. You can have some additional memes. There's like 500 biblical ones, 500 logical ones. They're just loaded, bro. You'd probably dig it. There's 500 books on there of like you can search by keyword. Got all the Gleason, all the freaking Robotham. It's pretty cool. So
can we use those also for the slides that QE has?
Send them to Betty.
No.
I can mail them your way, QE, if you want. I'll get it done this week.
Yeah. Okay. Good. We can use those.
Oh God! You stop signing me up for stuff, Betty.
Come on, you need to grow your freaking show.
My show is fully grown. It's fully mature.
Yeah, like numpty this and numpty that.
That'll be good enough. If that's all you think it is, I'm gonna friggin' mule kick you.
It's playground stuff to me, QE.
Let's go. Take us home.
I'm not taking you home.
Yes, you are.
I'm not. What? Unless you take me seriously.
We gotta go.
Have you got your badge yet, Betty?
Yeah. Got them
Is this like a mutiny?
Yeah.
Is there an uprising here?
She tries that. It's been going on for years.
Yeah,
you
it's never
treasonous, treacherous.
traitorous. Yeah, that's what I am.
The thing is, it's all a distraction, isn't it? Brian,
Me? Yes,
you want to see my moon presentation called Moonlight? See, Brian wants to see it. I've spoke to him before. He said that would mess with QE's head.
Yeah, totally into that, Adam. Great.
See, there's one. Let's ask chat.
I'm gonna mute you.
All of us.
I'm gonna mute you. Betty, take us home.
No, I'm not taking you home.
Yes, you are, ma'am.
No, I am not, mister.
Then I'm gonna take us home.
Luke 6:20.
All right, folks. Heck of a show today. Hope you enjoyed it. Keep a weathered eye out for the other treatment, but this week is squirrely. I gotta go back to the dentist. So that's gonna make it a bit squirrely. A lot of things happening. No BALLBUSTERS Saturday. So just keep a weathered eye, weathered ear, right to the grindstone, and we'll catch up with you. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed the show. QE out.